Mic test, mic test. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Buddy Bison stream. I hope we're all having a wonderful Friday. I hope we're all ready to start the weekend off strong. Hello Mr. Light, how are you doing today? And, congratulations on beating Malekith and Placido Sax. Malekith was probably the first of any nightmare boss I had in the game, where I had to try really, really hard to beat him. I myself beat the Dragon Lord yesterday as well, after I beat Millennia, because I was like, I guess I'll just keep playing, because I beat her like 30, 40 minutes into the play session that I was doing. So I was like, you know what, I can keep playing. I'll play for a bit longer. And then I was wondering what to use. An item I got after Millennia, you can get an item called Michaela's Needle. And I was like, where do I use this? And it was like, oh yeah, after you beat like this guy, like this Dragon Lord. And I was like, have I beat this guy yet? And I looked at, it was like, oh yeah, go on this weird ass like off path that you would never think to look for. And I was like, okay, I've definitely never done this. And then so I went and killed him. Took 2 attempts. First attempt, I got him down to about 1/3 of his health. Then And then the second time I was like, "You're just a thick lad," and I almost beat you first try. I'm just gonna mimic tier this and and just do it that way because obviously I can beat you, but you're not millennia, and I don't feel like this right now. But honestly, pretty darn cool boss. But today we are playing some more Trails in the Sky the Third. It was funny because prior to going live, I wasn't sure what I wanted to play because I thought about like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll just play some more Elden Ring. Like, I think I'm really close to the end, like just in normal playthrough times, not doing like optional bosses. So maybe I'll do that. But I was like, if that's not long enough, then I don't want to like split the stream into between two games right now. And I was like, I could play Rogue Legacy. And then I was like, you know what? I have other games that I'm going to want to play. So I should probably try and get through some of the bigger, more story-oriented ones first. So I was like, well, then that means it's between Scarlet Nexus and Trails. And I was like, okay, you know what? I already said that I was going to do Scarlet Nexus on the longer weekend ones to get a bit more time to deal with those. So expect Scarlet Nexus on Sunday, because I'm not streaming tomorrow. But yeah, we're doing this today. Malekith wasn't too bad for me, just used range when able and let his aggressiveness to my advantage. Godskin Duo wasn't as bad as I expected either. Yeah, Godskin Duo was another boss that I just mimicked here, and I was like, I don't care about. Because, like, fighting the Godskin enemies, right, were things I did solo originally. Like, when they first showed up, and I did it. And then you throw a boss at me where you're just fighting both, and I'm like, nah. They aren't fun enough to fight alone. So I mimic-tiered that. I was like, yeah, we're just taking care of this, and did the bleed freeze dual katana stuff, so yeah. But Malekith wasn't bad first phase. My issue with Malekith really came second phase, with his, like, death element attacks. And it was just in like having to dodge his like pretty big sweeps and stuff. But overall it was pretty alright. I never figured out the timing to use like the special item to parry his moves, or to parry his like special death moves. So I just dodged them instead. But yeah, so we are playing this. We have Joshua, Chloe, Reese, and Kevin. Now, last time we fought like the boss here, which was one of like the demons summoned by what's his face? I forget the guy's name. The Lord of Phantasma. Yeah, so that's what we did last time, and then we came back here and be like, hey, let's advance, and it seems like we're going down every time we go to a new, like, plane, which kind of makes sense if we're taking this as a literal idea, where it's like, oh, you're going down, like, each of the circles is physically down. But yeah, so that is what we're doing, and we have, what's his name? We have Mueller, yeah, that's it, as the support. Yeah, so that's that. I just used Morgoth's Rune for a lot of health. Yeah. See, I forget to use Rune Arcs because I don't like to use them and waste them, right? So what'll happen is I won't use them. And, like, as I get close to beating a boss, I'll be like, okay, but I'm not sure I can beat them yet. And then I'll get the attempt that I win, and it's like, well, I didn't use a Rune Arc. So his health negation was nothing. I also got the deflection clothing, but totally forgot to actually use it. Yeah. I mean, it's also one of those things where it's like, it's almost just easier to dodge things than try to learn a parry timing. Especially when that parry is only for specific moves that he has. It's not just like every sweep he does. So, like, you have to prep the item beforehand to be ready to parry it. And it's just like, I would just rather dodge. Like, yeah, sure, cool, like, parrying it would be cool because, you know, you might get a special thing for it, but also, you know, if you just don't, and dodge it, you can still just attack right after. But I apologize if you hear my fan in the background, because Mr. Light, I know you mentioned weather going from like 60s or 40s or whatever to 80s over in Minnesota. Well, that has now happened in the good old Bay State. Because boy howdy did it hit 80s and I think above today. Like my car thermometer when I was driving home, which probably isn't the most accurate given that I was sitting out in the sun like all day, was like 91. I was like, okay, it's warm. And I had my AC going for the first time this year, cooling the place down once I got home, because I was like, it's gonna be really hot when I stream. Also, I wanted to lie on my new bed because that got delivered today, and I didn't want to be sweating my balls off when I did it. But yeah, God, I'm so excited to sleep on that bed tonight. Although I'll probably be even more excited once my queen-size sheets actually show up on Tuesday. Because right now I just have my full-size sheets just stretched to high hell to wrap around it. So it's pretty goofy looking, but you know, I'm really excited because it's also got an adjustable base, so I can like incline my like head and my feet, and it's awesome. Like I'm so excited. But we're playing a game right now. Where are we now? Something similar to the Jade Corridor by the look of it. Kevin, over there. Ooh, golden and silver roads. Okay, so we got two paths. Oh, this is what I think Fontana was referencing last stream, where we're going to be splitting our party. Okay. A golden and silver gate? Well, this is foreboding. Again? Oh, the ghost we saw in Grancel. Visitors from afar, bearers of the Grail emblem. Can you hear me? Yeah, we can. What's the saying? You know you're an adult when new beds and dishes excite you. I heard it was more like when getting like socks as a present excited you. 'Cause I feel like new bed could be exciting at all ages, depending on how crappy a previous bed was. But I don't think I've ever been excited for dishes. I've been excited for certain cups. Like me and the inner child that I am, I love the plastic cups that have like the straws built into the side. Because I'm like, I don't even have to tip the cup to drink it. I just go, it's great. Before you stands the entrances to the twin corridors. Proceed through them both in sync, or never shall you reach the dark depths beyond. I entrust their operation to the monument before you. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. But beware. Once you have stepped through the doors, the trial must be completed. Oh. Well, that's one question answered. The voice we've been hearing all this time was hers. Although now the next question is, who is she anyway? Whoever she is, she gave us some valuable advice on how to proceed. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. And I say we take up on that advice. Moving in sync means we're gonna have to split up though. Or more like Reese and I have to each take a door at the same time while you guys tag along with whoever. That's how I took it too. If we don't do it the way she said, I doubt we'll be able to advance. Sure, I'm making it easy for us, huh? That means we're gonna need to split up as two so that you guys don't go in alone. Still not the most ideal situation when there are only 4 of us and things are so dangerous, but it's what we have to do. Why not ask the rest back in the garden to help us? That way we could form 2 groups of 4, and that should hopefully be good enough for any challenges up ahead. But that voice said that Kevin and I needed to be the ones who step through the gates. Sure, but that's all she specified, that you and me need to go through different ones. She didn't say anything about what these guys have to do. Plus, there's no telling what's waiting for us on the other side. We could use that help.
Alright then. Thank you.
Not a problem. So, what should we do? Should we call everyone here right away? Even if we did, I wouldn't blame them if they wanted some time to prep before heading out. Especially since I've got a hunch that once we get in those gates, there's no going back out. So instead of calling them here, let's go back to them. Then we'll all come here once we feel up to their challenge. Okay, the third plane. The dungeon on this plane requires you to form 2 parties, with Kevin and Reese as their leaders in order to advance. Each of the characters you have at this point will need to be placed into one of these parties. Furthermore, after beginning the dungeon, you won't be able to return to the garden until it is complete. To begin exploring, inspect the monument at the start of the third plane and choose Explore Third Plane. Okay. So, let's go back to the base area. Because, I'm going to want to buy the best thing for each character. I want the best weapon for him, best weapon for him. Because basically, at this point, I'm going to want the best weapon for every character. I'll buy 1 Damascus sword, but that's going to be for, oh god, what's her name? I forget her name. It's going to be for Julia, that's it. Everyone else is going to be, because she just uses, Chloe just uses arts, so I don't need her physical attack to be all that great. Okay. Yeah. Travel gun. Dual Star Juggernaut. Yeah, do that. Scaramax Damascus Sword. Yeah, because that's a 200 boost. Antler Sword goes to Rustic Sword. And I don't have very many. Long Barrel 2, range +3, which that's Tita only. And that's range +2. So yeah, let's put the Long Barrel 2 on her. And then we got you guys. Orbment wise, I'm trying to think because it's like I don't know how many. I can't remember how many orbments I actually have. And like this is so many people I'm gonna have to do this with that it's honestly kind of annoying. Okay, because is there? Yeah, because there's no auto equip. Okay, so it's just deal with it. Let's give her action 1, evade 1. Let's give her an attack 1. And then let's give her a hit 3. Let's give her hit 2. Let's give her an action 2. Move 1. Let's give her shield 2. HP 1. Attack 2. Okay. You can cut. Give her a cast 1. Action 1. Range 1. Save that. Attack 1. Hello, Fontano. How's it going, my man? Hope you're doing well. Hope Xenoblade X treated you well. Okay, attack 2. Let's just do action 1. Let's do shield 2. Let's do evade 2. You know, on the off chance that I do need to use an art with him, might as well have that. You know what? Let's bump his dex. Okay. So now, let's go shop. Let's sell. Come on. Have I reached zone 3? Yes, that's what I'm prepping for right now. I'm just buying everyone weapons and other stuff before I actually go in. Because I realized that I don't really have many accessories and other things. So, you know what, let's prevents poison, sure, I'll buy one of those. Prevents death blows, I'll buy a couple of those. Prevents faint, buy a couple of those. Prevents blind, buy a couple of those. Because, like, in previous games, right, you just pick up so many of everything that even when you do need to equip random people that you don't normally equip, you're pretty set. Okay. But with this game, for whatever reason, they don't have nearly as many drops of accessories. Okay, can I synthesize better quartz right now? I can do EP3, which isn't bad. Can do confuse space. Ooh, I will buy one of those. Actually, you know, I'll buy 2 of those. I'll buy 2 because of all the sepets, I have a lot of the last ones. So might as well, right? Eagle Eyes. Okay, so I can just buy Eagle Eye for multiple people. That's cool. Okay, time. Cast 2. Yeah, okay. Wind. Impede 3. Honestly, wouldn't be bad, but I don't want to... Like, I'm trying to conserve all my regular element quartz because they are the lowest of all of them, and I need to still unlock more character slots when I get them. Okay, so armor. Okay, so let's just buy... How many characters? I have 8 right now, so... 16,000. And then... Only by 6 because a couple of the characters, right, the, like Josette and Tita, they don't really need to move. Titanium. Pause it. Titanium. Ooh, wait. It's only a 10 drop, so might as well. Titanium. Pause it. Titanium. Pause it. Titanium. 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 Pause it. Titanium. Pause it. And then I'll come back up here. Wait. Did I buy an extra composite that I needed? Oh, no, I didn't. Wait. Yeah, no, I want... Yeah, no, I want that. That's what... Okay, wait. So now I go back down to Tita. I look at that. It's ATS going up, but I kinda... Well... Is it worth it? I don't think so. Dragon gear. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. So, now that I've done that, now I can essentially go sell everything else that I now have. Get back some of the money that I spent. yeah, I'll keep the spiritual boost just in case. But bought EP Cut 3. Bought a couple of them, so let's come down here. Orbment. You use it. EP Cut 3. Now he's getting La Crest. What's that? Grants against Earth protection to all allies and range defense plus 25. Okay. Good. And now since I have that on, right? How many? I'm trying to think, like. So there are definitely certain things that I did purely for the sake of. Purely for the sake of getting enough to have good spell. EP Cut 3, because she's going to be using. Like, she definitely needs it, because it is one of the primary casters. Did you have EP Cut 2 on? Yeah, okay. Is there anyone with EP Cut 1? Yeah, you. Actually, anyone down here with EP Cut? That might benefit more from it. Yeah, I'll just do this. Okay. So that is good. I think that should be sufficient setup. Yeah, let's go back to the third plane. Split area. Good, good, good. Go back to the here. And so I know Kevin and Reese are going to be on different teams. So I think I'm just trying to think of. So he has tier, she has tier, he has tier, but she has all the heals. Guilty with the 5 minutes I spent running around trying to find the camp without my map. Ooh. Rough. Okay. Got treasure called the Prototype Scouter. Explore the third plane. This one requires you to form 2 parties with Kevin and Reese as leaders in order to advance. Each of the characters you have at this point will need to be placed in one of these parties. Furthermore, after beginning a dungeon, you will return to the garden until it is complete. Start exploring. Okay. So Kevin. So I'm trying to think. So Kevin is big AoE caster right now with some pretty alright crafts. Like the main thing that I'm trying to decide is where should Chloe go? What I'm thinking, right, is what I'm thinking might be best is if I do this, right? Alright, have Kevin and Chloe as the backliners, Julia and Mueller as the frontliners for that party. And Chloe can do big heals because these guys are probably going to take damage and they got plenty of health. If it helps, Kevin's boss has mirrors, Reese's boss has a large group. Oh, okay, so Kevin's boss, I need to have good availability for both arts and physical. Reese's needs AoE, but most of the AoE comes from Kevin, which is unfortunate. However,
let's move out.
I can use Joshua's S-Craft and Tita's base attack to have some good AoE. So I think that this makes sense because I think most of the people in this party actually have tier themselves. And if these two are far in the back, they probably shouldn't be taking all that much damage, hopefully. And these two can kind of take care of themselves. Okay. God, this part must like be annoying in a new game speedrun of the game, where like now you have like 8 characters that you have to manage and equip in different ways to be able to get through. Because like as far as I understand with like new game speedrunning of any Trails game. It's really just like, how can you get your party to the point where they need to be by the skin of their teeth, right? Like it's very fine line. It requires very precise management of your equip and your orbment. So having this many characters that you have to do it, not really? Okay. See, I thought that was the case, where it's like, okay, we get to this much strength because that boosted by like the fire art that boosts strength is able to just do enough damage to usually get this guy down. Okay. Oh, it's reacting to us. Yay. We're trying to get there by the end anyway, since the Final Dungeon uses that. Oh, okay. Oof, jeez. Well, now all that's left is to head through the doors and see what awaits us. You ready to go, Reese?
I am. Kevin.
Huh? What's up? I get it. Don't feel all lonely without me to cuddle up against?
Not a chance. It's nothing. Let's just get this over with.
Yes, ma'am. Alright, time to make our way through this plane. See you guys on the other side. Till then, take care. Mueller is in the group for most of the game just because he needs his upgrade S-Craft to be useful. Ah, okay. So you keep him in the party just to get levels.
There's every chance we might find ourselves face to face with another devil too. So stay on guard and proceed cautiously.
Right. Okay. So Kevin gets the golden door, and Reese gets the silver door. Oh my god, it's like that old fairy tale with the axes. I dropped my regular axe in the pond. Did you drop this gold axe or this silver axe? Well, might I tell you that I dropped neither of those? Yeah, big reward. Golden Road? Yeah, I'll start with Kevin first. What messed me up here for a while was that I would forget that Chloe is one of the characters with a magic S-Craft. And you'd be more transparent about that. Yeah, right, like what stat does the S-Craft go off of? Here we go again. Okay, here we go. So what do we got here? Hammer door. Oh, okay, so I can't see the details on them because I don't have a detection quartz equipped. Craft. Okay, don't have any CP either. So gotta get this up. Art. White Gehenna. That's a pretty good area. Hellgate, that's an alright area. Aerial. Let's do aerial. Ooh, you minified me. Okay. Craft. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna do this because I like how he shoots. Like, it's not even, like, gentle by any means. It's like I'm shooting you with this arrow that has my CP in it. I remember that I never even thought about ATS boosting Tio and then using S-Craft and Zero. Like, it makes sense, but I just always think S-Craft was hit sword, do damage. Yeah, right? Okay, so I can't remember. Is that? Yeah, that also minifies damage. Prayers become ribbons of light to defeat foes. Okay, so... Damn it. Craft. Cross gear. Damn, okay. Take a breath. So the question is that thing an ailment? Okay, it is. Good. Because the worry was like, okay, what if this thing isn't considered an ailment? Now then I'm shit out of luck. Go.
There is nothing my sword cannot cut.
Cutting swords. Okay, so. Ew, that takes care of them. What were they?
They weren't ordinary monsters, at least. They reminded me of the prank-loving gremlins that appear in folklore. Perhaps that's what they actually were.
It's possible. Skeletons, then armored knights, then ghosts, and now gremlins. This place sure is all about that folklore.
Not the pleasant kind at that.
Okay, so now that I got these guys, we need to do our battle positions because, boy howdy, these guys a bit too close. Yeah, I like the square. The square is pretty good. And yeah, so let's look at this. Going over to the right first. Oh god, and because I don't have detection, I can't see, or I don't have eagle eye on any of these characters, I can't see the people from far away anymore. Oh no. I'm going into this area so very blind. Houndgale. Oh god. Status ailments out the wazoo. Okay, Titanic Roar. Let's do that. Here we go. And the reason why I didn't attack any of the ones that could die is because I want Kevin to get the hits on them to get his CP back. Okay, preemptive attack. God, you guys look so weird. Bison, just get good. You know what? You right. I should. I'll take that into consideration. I just need to get good, as they say. I mean, I got good yesterday. I beat Millennia in Elden Ring. That felt like I got pretty good. Because boy howdy did that take me several days of just trying only against her. Which, you know, finally winning. If I can run around it 6 times or more, then you go around it 2 times. Okay. He'll get 6 times turbo. Probably just clip through him because the game wasn't designed for it. This just appreciates your concern, but it's doing okay. Okay. Down is... Okay, that's where we came from. Oh, damn it. Why'd you have to look, you piece of shit? Okay, so let's pop that there. Okay, cool. I'm glad I was smart enough to put the quartz or the accessory preventing death blows on my front line. That was pretty smart. Don't talk about potential oversets that would impede our fastness. Yeah. We just stay quiet on that. Don't worry about it. Don't talk about it. There we go. Alright, what's next? More killing, I presume? Okay, you stop there. I want to make sure I get the preemptive attack on guys like these. Okay, so you guys are weak to earth. And you guys don't take damage from wind. So... Oh, screw it, let's do Ascension. Craft. Stone Impact. Yeah, that's fine. Go poke that one. Oh, you got a critical. Are you sure about that, Bison? I am sure this time. Earth, water, fire, wind. I'm absolutely, positively sure. Stone Impact. Stone Impact. Ascension. Oh, god damn it. You biatch. Poke it. Right.
Well, that takes care of that.
You leveled good. Yeah, so luckily building the teams in such a way that like there's no like standout weak okay, so they just don't like being stacked up on. There's no like oh yeah baby, petrify!
Just must always prevail.
See, I forgot that I put petrify on him for the hope that it would proc during Titanic Roar. The funny thing about the Xeno X armor, they got rid of pants and traded for arms. Yeah, you know, the standard sleeves that people wear a lot. You know, absolutely standard. Wind Fairy. Yeah, this is one where Titanic Roar is going to be very nice. Just tell you that right now. Just boom. Oh god, it hits like a mother flipping truck. Almost killed them. Okay. Oh yeah. Slash yeah. Okay, thank you for not doing anything.
Justice must always
And like I feel like I don't really need to heal anyone yet because we're getting like pretty decent XP on every combat. So you have head, torso, left, right, and legs. So each individual arm is its own play. I mean, you know what? Like, while weird in just like base description, I guess it could make sense if it's like distinct. No, we aren't. That place is mine, and I can do whatever I want with it. And what I want to do is wash my hands of the thing for good. You swallow another healthy chunk of lamb, then clack went his knife. Oh, dude, speaking of food today, went to, I tried a new place for lunch. It's like it was literally like a food shack, right, that just sold hot dogs, and it was pretty close by. And I was able to get a hot dog, a can of soda, a bag of Doritos, and like a small cookie for $6.50. Which was pretty nice, and it was like it's called the dynamite dog, because in my area there are these things called dynamites, where it's basically like a sloppy Joe, but it's usually served on a torpedo roll, and it's got a little bit of spice to it. Not a lot, like it's not like a spicy food, but it's got a little bit of kick compared to just a sloppy Joe. And they call them dynamites because they're usually served on a torpedo roll. So I got a dynamite dog. And it was like all that for $6.50. I was like, damn, this is pretty good. Because that was the combo. And I could have gotten 2 dogs with the bag and the soda and thing for $10. But I didn't. Kumo no Tachi. Alright, so luckily I have Mueller in my party to use, or else this would have just kind of been a pointless pickup, I presume. Until I got to use him in the other one. Did you know? Hallie from Gambler Jack's name was originally translated accurately as Haru. But it turns out the official Japanese spelling wasn't that, but Hallie. This is revealed in Gambler Jack's sequel. So I presume they probably went back and changed it, honestly. Please do not take without permission. Thank you. Man, I can't believe Xena X has this much realism. You can't just wait around for days on end in the middle of a field. You have to wait in a shed. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, right? Because, like, what if you just want to sit there? Like, what if you know where the thing that you need to wait for to spawn is going to be right there, and you're standing there? Because I think they went back to that in Xenoblade 2. I think they were just like, yeah, you can just alter the time whenever. I think. I feel like I remember that being the case. And I say we keep it, she said, her stiff tone implying that any other plans he dared to present would be, to put it delicately, stupid. Think of all the history you're abandoning. 50 years! That's sunk cost fallacy. These types of areas where you divide the Chester code to be the next weapon of whoever you have. Ah, okay. Okay. Still would like to get a bit more CP on kind of everyone, honestly. Let's do that. Don't need to use Titanic Roar. And then you are honestly a little bit. You're maxed, so I don't really need to mess with you.
Nicely done.
I know it does that in the fun. Okay. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, it doesn't really matter because, right, like, let's say you do this path first and you get that weapon. Well, it's gonna be in your inventory. You can just equip it on the next path. Because everyone isn't. God damn it, why'd I turn around? Okay, thank you for being asleep. I'm just gonna run away. Don't wanna take it. God damn it. Does someone have scent on? Is that what's causing this? Does someone have scent? Is someone a stinky lad or lass? Because if they are, I hope they wash themselves soon. God damn it. Okay. Poking you. Aerial. luckily killed the thing. Luckily I killed the one that's immune to wind, so. Go, Mueller leveled up again, so that's nice. Okay, actually, let's check. Does anyone have Centaur? I don't think anyone has Centaur. No, he's got Septium, he's got that's a shield. Okay, because it seemed like certain enemies are just averse to being snuck up on. Like, they just don't care. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, Hellgate. See, this is actually an enemy that gets hurt more by Earth, so might as well just use Stone Impact. Cool, they leveled, so they're at 106, she's at 105, he's at 104. As long as I keep getting XP like this, I think we're going to be pretty happy. Okay, good. Okay, well then, you're gonna let the enemy go in front of me anyway. Why even... Why even make it a neutral encounter? Dick. God, I only have... Fuck, I only have a couple Celestial Bombs. And I think she's the one that has Res. As a move. Well, I gotta use it. Once the Grex are out of the way, Alma will talk about the difference between needless killing and self-defense. Does she forget this is JRPG? Killing is basically all we do. Yeah! Killing is like the fun part of JRPGs. Impact. Damn it. Death throws. Okay, I need to freaking start attacking with Chloe again.
Not bad.
Because she now does not have any CP. I'm gonna save here. I just haven't saved in a while, so let's do that way, in case we do get unlucky to a high degree. Wait, was I going north this way? And they had okay. Bring to me the man who talks with his fists. Only then shall the door open. Okay, so when I get Zen, I can go back there. God damn it, you bitch. Okay, so they just respawned by the time I got back there. That's what that was. Titanic Roar. Our character being a mute with a voice actor actually goes along with it. Hey, Toy. I love this guy. It's nice when guides have, like, a sense of humor. Like recognizing how absurd certain story events are. Fuck you. Roar. That.
Alright, what's next?
Pearl Earring Plus. Thousand Mira. Got a whole bunch of samples. Look into the void inside the empty chest. You start questioning the nature of life itself. Could you spare a tear bomb or two for these rusty hinges? Congratulations, it's a girl! Okay, so I do want to check. So is she the one that actually is the one that has the res? No, she actually doesn't have res yet. What's res? Thelis. Revive and heal. So I need 2 wind and 1 mirage on her. So I have 5 wind. Wait. Is that not mirage? Is that fire then? Four blue. 2 wind. Or did I just not scroll down? Okay. Or is that... Oh, is that earth I need? God, they really should just not have the Sepith color and just instead have a letter. Okay, so is there anything I should swap out for that? Talking about Thelos, it's Earth. Yeah, okay. I have to put scent on. It should kind of suck because I don't want to. God damn it. Yeah, no, I'll just leave it off. 4 water, 2 earth, 1 rock. Earth is dark yellow, space is bright yellow. Duh. It would really be nice if there was just a letter next to it instead. And white bracelet plus. You can open the lid, appears on screen, fills the air. You quickly shut the lid and walk away. Okay, so what did I get? I got white bracelet plus, ATS plus 100, move -1 prevents blind, defense, and this prevents seal, defense plus 50 agility. Honestly, yeah, just give me more ATS on him. Make him friggin' powerhouse. Prevents seal, so might as well, right? Yeah. Basically, way back in the, I'm notoriously bad at 1, platformers, and 2, puzzle games. And my friend had me play, I forget what the game is called, but it is literally a puzzle platformer that is all about colors, where basically you journey through this world, and every power-up you get is essentially a new color that you can turn the background. And basically, that's how you avoid traps, by changing the background color to the same color as whatever you're trying to move past or not get affected by. And because I couldn't tell the difference between like the dark blue and the purple, I literally turned on colorblind mode. That way there would be symbols on each of the things indicating what color they were. Because it's just you know what, this accessibility option is just more useful to have always active than only if you really needed it. Okay, so let's go with Titanic Roll. God damn it, you son of a bitch. Okay, what are you? Aries? I don't even know what you are. Get rid of you. Okay. Boom. Love it. Yeah, just building Kevin, or anyone really, early game to Titanic Roar with a bunch of ATS, pretty darn good idea. Because, boy howdy, does that move really pay its dividends quick. It's honestly pretty impressive. Oh, god damn it. Because I killed the one that I shouldn't have.
There is nothing my sword.
There's nothing my sword can't frickin' cleave, or whatever. Ow. 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 Okay, so let's just pop that there, because they're gonna move forward. Okay, and then impact. Screw it, Titanic Roll. Better be safe than sorry than try to guess where the enemy's gonna decide to go. Can I do any? Probably not. Okay, so let's just do Soul Blur. Oh, darn. Gosh darn it. Oh well. Luckily, that's an interesting enemy type, right? Make a purposely weak enemy, but its only purpose is literally to die and buff every other enemy that you have to deal with after. Lid Creek's 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Hello there. Okay, how is that not? How is that not a preemptive strike? Oh, wait, no. Work. Yeah, no. Ah, you slapped me. Okay. Yeah, let's just do nice little healy poo. Titanic roar, they all die. That's what we're looking for. Boom, and they both leveled, so the EP that she used and the HP that he gained didn't really matter. Skull pendant. It's a shining palm. Wait, that's a lie. Like the promise of more treasure. Okay, so what is skull pendant? Prevents death blows. Okay. So not bad. So I already have a few of those. And I think I smartly put them on characters. Like, oh, this character's gonna be closer to anyone physically attacking, and most enemies will try and target the closest person that they can hit. So if they have a death blow move or get a turn with death blow, then chances are they're going to use it on them, and they'll be resisted. And Aeon Bow. Nice. What? What's this doing here?
Is something the matter?
Oh no, I was just impressed at how nice this bowgun is. I'm gonna get some good use out of this baby. Okay, so he knows this bowgun from somewhere. 2936. The son scoffed upon hearing Jubilee's name. His wife always had a habit of biting her lip before playing her ace in the hole, and there was no finer ace against him than their daughter's opinion. There was no finer ace in the hole. Okay. Nice. Okay, so that's... God, it gives me basically everything that I want, including more move. Yo, you ever just hold a bowgun and think, man, now I can move farther? Oh. Good. Hook.
Well, that takes care of that.
So it's nice when we can just melee everything. Guy agrees. But you 50 mirror that the item is still in your inventory during the final battle. Do I get that mirror if you're wrong? Because I can probably tell you that's not going to be the case. Mine as well, right? Oop, okay, didn't even see him, but glad that didn't really matter. Let's do Hellgate on you. Gosh darn it. Stone Impact on you. You out. You out. Element failed. Interesting. Oh. Death blow.
Alright, what's next?
Death blow. I'm going to inflict death upon you. Death as a status effect. Only in JRPGs. Okay, so what am I trying to do here? You guys. Give me my preemptive attack. Stun impact, do that. Poke you. Poke you. Okay. Not poke you.
Not bad.
Okay, so Chloe's CP is still relatively low, but she doesn't have Kevin-esque AoEs just yet. To get all her stuff back. And in terms of Orbit, she also doesn't have cast. Well, no, she has cast, but she doesn't have action. So he's just going faster than her, which is making her essentially less able to get stuff. Okay, let's save there, and also drink some water, because it's been a while since I drank some water. Ugh. Yeet! Ugh. I remember to close my... Yeah, I closed my window. I was like, I remember to close my window when I had the AC on, right? Because electricity bills and all that. It's one of those things where it's like, man, like, I wish I could just have my own house because like, I know when I get a house, I'll definitely buy one that I can get, like, solar panels on, and I'll be like, damn. Because, like, my brother has a house with solar panels, and he's like, oh, yeah, even during the summer when I have the AC pumping all day long, I still get cash back. Or, not cash back, but I still get, like, a credit or whatever on, like, they pay me still in the summer, even under those conditions. I'm like, god damn it, that's awesome. And I'm like, meanwhile, I'm rented and still have to pay my electric bill, and it's like, I can't be like, hey, can you guys install solar panels? So I don't have to pay electricity. Over there. Could that be the exit, perhaps? It looks that way. Phew, hope everything's going well for Reese's group, though. Bah, there go my hopes of just walking.
I think we'll have another battle ahead of us before we can reach it, though.
Oh, hello there. What?
Reese?
Interesting. Oh, okay, these are the mirror. Oh, fuck, I don't have the detection thing on, so I don't know what mirror reflects what. Okay. Gonna take the guess that blue reflects arts, red reflects physical. Damn it. She being mind controlled or something? Okay. Ceiling thunder. Fuck. Shit. This is probably the hardest part of the run, in my opinion. Your level is still kind of low, and you just need to win or you lose. Okay, great. So I figured you just need to win or you lose. Okay. No, that's a single attack. Recovery without losing a ton of time. Okay. So she has that much. Haunted mirror. Okay, so you know what? Let's take my bet. Let's assume the red reflects physical, and the other one reflects arts. Let's see, you get animally assumed magnet stressor. Okay, interesting. Okay, art. Let's do Curia on you. Oh god, okay, I guessed wrong. Oh god damn it, why'd I do that? Okay, so you guys are physical. See, what I meant to do was I meant to do Kevin's, because he's at 200 CP, so he can give me 2 free blocks.
I hold in my hand the chalice of heaven. May its holiest of lights act as our seal.
But guard. Dawn Blast. There we go. Okay. Craft. Let's do that. Take them out. Good. And then you go over here because you're gonna be trying to physical them. I don't want it, but I could start working you guys. Thunder, cool. Blast. Okay. Craft. Let's just do this. Get you out of there. Kill you. Okay, and you heal. Okay, that's honestly fine. But I need to use arts on you guys. Well, I can still craft on... Still craft on you. I can still physical attack you, so that's not too bad. Titanic Roar. Make sure it all happens good. Boom. Wait, what the fuck is that? Doppelreese. Okay, so he gets another health bar. Great. Okay, art. Craft. to safety. Holy blood. God damn it, you bitch. Okay, just Titanic Roar again. How much damage did that do? About 60 something. Okay. You that Blade Dancer. 2,000, good. Okay. Art. Let's do Tyrol on him. Because he's lowest health right now. Keep him all prepped. Craft. Let's do attack orders. Here we go. Do S-craft on her with the boost. And that should go. There we go. Oh god damn it! Third phase? Grimoire. Grimoire Vice from Nier?
There is nothing my sword cannot cut.
There we go. So you're saying my level was low? Like 107, 106? Because I felt pretty like at level. I mean, that might also be because I had Titanic Roar, but... Oh. Sealing Stone. The Sealing Stone. Well, it looks like that's the end of this trial. Yeah, game is a surprise to find out that Reese was just a fiend in disguise, though.
I was shocked too. I thought she was being mind controlled or something.
Yeah, I've known her for a long time, and if I was fooled, it's no surprise that you guys would be. The mirrors with it were so deadly too. I think it's safe to say that whole battle was a trap set for us by our enemies. That being the case, I'm concerned for how the other group is faring. We should hurry on ahead. Yeah, let's get ourselves over to that gate. Okay, so let's save there in case the power were to immediately cut out. Now, no. Imagine if I was an asshole and just like as I was saying it, had reached over and silently ended the stream, like there. Be hilarious, but not a great move. We've got company. Okay, so chain you. Oh, wait, yeah, the thing. How much, yeah, let's see if chain... No, that doesn't do it. Reduce the task. God frickin' damn it, bitch. Okay, what don't you got? You guys don't like... Large fiends that love to see people scared. Its claws are poisonous and it can call for aid. Oh god. Okay. Craft. Evil eye. There. Art. Oh god, I don't have anyone with Curia. That's not great. God, her attack is not very strong. Oh my god, are you freaking serious? Oh god, it just uses Death Scream on Death. Oh god, I can easily say... Oh, so she has Kyria. Okay, first path was unintentionally so much easier. Like, holy crap already. Like, Jesus.
That's that thing. Let's move out.
Holy crap. Could have used a bunch of levels there.
What were those things? They look like reapers you'd find in a fairy tale. I felt the same way. The devils we've encountered shouldn't be able to exist. But in a different sense, neither should those fiends. This definitely isn't gonna be easy.
Okay, so I'm guessing it's like mirror images of each other. Tear out bomb. Give me blood. Okay, so you have that. Is there something I could put on to get good? Is not really. Yeah. Could put scent on. I don't want to. That would actually get rid of Kyria, but give her Thelos. Whatever. Okay. Art, craft, stampede. God, her things are not great. Art, craft. Here we go. Just gonna do this. Yeah, because honestly, Reese's move to heal and give CP is pretty awesome. Reese learned 1,000 Sparrows. Nice. Okay. Because that craft, 1,000 Sparrows, area L, Templar breaks apart, bombarding foes rapid hits. Cures KO with a blessing. HP, 50 CP there. Okay, so that's... Well, okay, so it's large around her. Now let's try it.
Go.
Interesting. I like that. That's pretty cool. Art. Ariel. Okay, there's one lead. And her... Okay, I need to remember that Tita's ATS is not great. She is... I should only really use her for physical attacks. Now, reason being I even queued up an art with her was because she was on a guard turn, but, you know, that's an excuse. Go. Now, luckily, this squad is mostly physical attacks, so shouldn't be too bad to get through battles quickly. That was quite unfortunate for the son. A single glance at her curious, simple smile, and he knew he would cave to whatever she said. Doubly unfortunate since he also knew who she would side with. Okay, so let's come over here. Gaia Greaves. Yeah. That's what we want. Actually. Kind of want them on him more evade. So is agility like a percentage based like stat for evasion? Right? Like is Dex just evade stat? Okay. The unfortunate part about this squad is there's really no... There just isn't all that much to be had in way of AoE. Craft, Evil Eye. Go. God, that's such an annoying death move. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna use Death Scream when I pass from this plane. Miso Fish. HP 3. Cast Stella. Okay, let's check that out. I put HP 3. She gets Tira, which is pretty good. It's ATS. He would also get Tira. Gonna put HP 3. She would get Tira. Put HP 3. She would get Tira. If we're looking at people that are more likely to be using a turn to heal, then I would say it's Josette at this point. Even though her EP pool is not the highest, I would rather her be the one I am healing with than just about anyone else. Get those out of the way. Okay, good. Yeah, with this team, definitely want to get preemptive attacks every time. Let's also separate these guys. Yeah, make the rectangle. Make the rectangle. Okay. Reviving bomb. Okay. Enforcer number 10, the empty chest. Oh wait, did I ever? I didn't go and look at those chest messages. That's quite unfortunate for the sun. Yeah. This image was brought to you by, you. Despite first impressions, it was as much a shop as any other along the same street. A shop was still a shop even after it was no longer full to bursting with wealthy customers. Or any customers, really. You took all I had to give. Happy now? Yes. I took everything, even the words. The words that you held so dear. I took even them. There we go, preemptive attack. No one. Closest I have to AoE is like Hellgate and Aerial, which are not great. Okay, so double sword means I guess you get to attack after your next attack. You get 2 attacks in a row. Okay. Savory Pinion. Sting Edges. 31 out of 36, or so you believe. There was a pause and noise after the question was raised, and seconds later they both heard the flat-footed thumping of their daughter's steps coming towards them. Did you call me, Mom? Okay, so give me Sting Edges for a little bit, 100 more attack, but I'm subtractive dex and agility, but I have a whole bunch of dex because of Black Bangle Plus, so not a worry. I should probably put Death Blow on. Yeah, because I definitely don't want to be Death Blowed in this squad, because I have very few ways to kind of come back from that. Because I don't have as many Celestial Bombs as I probably should have. Basically just trying to make it so I'm doing as much damage to both of them as possible, and then finally killing one of them right near the end. Okay. There we go, preemptive attack. Hellgate. Art. Actually, her aerial sucks. God damn it, why'd I flee? Oh well. Bring to me the darling of pure white radiance and proof of her scholarship. Only then shall the door open. Bring me the darling of pure white radiance and proof of her scholarship. Pure white radiance? What? wasn't a preemptive, so I'm not even gonna bother. Darling of pure white radiance and proof of her scholarship. That one, some doors require an item that is acquired in chess. Okay. So, proof of the scholarship, but is the entire thing talking about an item, or just the proof of her scholarship? Yeah. Bitch. Yay. Well, who has gone to school? Chloe's gone to school. That's about it. Tiger heart. If you're looking for gold, you'll find not one Graham. Okay, what's Tiger heart? Strength 200, defense 100, minus 100 ATS, minus 180. Okay, so this is just like, you go in strength hard. Now, the question is, do I put it on Reese, or do I put it on Tita? Right? Like, that's the big question. Because she's not using ATS or AD up. You got one in the tower. Yeah, because it's like this one, like I could have more damage to everyone in terms of like her AoE. However, I feel like I'm trying to like, single target wise, or even Joshua, right? Like his like I don't really try to use him for ATS. It just happens sometimes. But his S-Craft is bonkers good. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah. I think that's the safest bet. Because like his S-Craft is an S-Craft that will be used aplenty. There's no question. Skull pendant, cool. Did you know Arteria supposedly comes from the English word artery? Interesting. You got one in the tower in second proof of scholarship. So in tower? What the heck? Okay. So now he is big strong man. Boom. 2,800 damage. Jesus. Whack. Okay.
Told you I could handle this.
So they at least all have. S-Craft ready. See, I feel like this team is a lot lower level than they probably need to be, right? Because like, at the end, Kevin and I think Julia or Chloe, one or the other, were 107, and the others were like 105, 106. The other two are 102. Like, that's not great for me. Like, I still have combat left to do, right, in the area, but still, it's a lot. And I think it's because I'm more inclined to avoid combat with this group, because I'm not just one-shotting everything with Titanic Roar. Oh yeah, now his ATS is just bad. I mean, it definitely helped build up CP, which was kind of the main purpose of him doing it in doing it there, but it's not going to be doing much damage. It's basically any time Tita uses an art. No, yeah. Yeah, but he's able to one-shot things like that. See, I wanted to vanish the slime on first turn. That way it wouldn't get the boost for everyone else. but oh well. Yeah, thank you. You again? At least Fantasy B is a gentleman. Whoa, what are you talking about? I am totally a gentleman. See, it was funny, because when I was deciding what to stream, I was almost tempted to do, like, a joke stream and do the 45-minute Atlas survey that they put out to, like, the North America, where it's, like, asking a whole bunch of questions about, like, just Atlas games and stuff. I was really tempted to just meme on it. Like, meme the stream and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. But I didn't. Okay. I'll probably do that on my own time, honestly. Because I mean, like,
Oh, pitiful souls.
if I can push for, be like, hey, can you guys make another Devil Survivor? And maybe they look at it seriously. It'd be pretty cool. But that would never have happened. Hideko would never have denied Sato back then. See, she didn't have much money in those days, yet she paid cash for the machine. Okay, so... Oh yeah, I forgot that I got these. Got attack too, so you know, let's just go freaking hard on him, doing big damage. Here we go. You got attack 2 already, you have attack 1, so let's bump that up. For however much more damage you can get in you. What ones do I have left? Nothing all that great. Okay. It's like, you tell me that there's a big group at the end of this, I know exactly what I'm doing right out the gate. It's going to be, hey, I S-craft with Joshua from the get-go. Obtained Sylvan, not Sylvain. What? This seems familiar somehow. Is something wrong, Reese? Not at all. I thought I may have seen this weapon somewhere before, but it must have been my imagination. It certainly seems like a capable one now, so I think I'll use it all the same. Here's a crossbow for a cross bro. Ah, I don't actually have a crossbow for you, father. Sorry. Sorry. Didn't mean to lead you on. Okay, so... Boost ATS, boost range. Okay, so she's gonna be able to hit from farther away with it. Too bad I can't put a boosted barrel on her and have her shoot her sword farther. Turn around, thank you. Okay. Oh, are you fucking serious? God damn it. Where did I, like, I don't want to take that death. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna load that. Because I don't want to have to get his CP all the way back up again. This is after I equipped it? Yeah, okay. Okay. That's what I have to do with Bison. Yeah, no, I'm not taking that. That's a no-go from Mr. Buddy Bicerino. Are you serious? It's still that close? Okay. But again, Death Scream was pretty awesome in second game when I used it a lot near the end, but enemies just using it as a death cry pretty sucks. Those death gnomes are the worst. I mean, it kind of sucks immensely. Like, it seems bullshit. Stinger up. And the worst part is, right, like, I had a death blow prevention accessory on him, but then I swapped it out for the big strong one. Stinger M. It is yet to be spoken of in legend, for its mother was a modest carpenter who carved it with no other purpose than to hold a confession. It was never meant for a grand display, but for a quiet, sincere love. Okay, so let's get gun. More gun power. Rammed up attack. Bam. Bam. Both you. Okay. Get you down. You down. Let's take out the one that I'm more guaranteed to be able to do. Okay.
That's that then.
So how much XP does everyone need to level up? So Reese still needs over 1,000. Joshua needs almost 2,000. Tita needs about 400 or 500, and Josette only needs like 1. Okay. Driving bomb, an empty coffer devoid of any treasure. Go seek another. An empty coffer devoid of any treasure. Go seek another. That's a haiku. It's a haiku. Bang. Bang. Yeah.
Oh, pitiful souls, may you
Okay,
rest in
Josette leveled. See, the thing is, right, like, the enemies that we fight in this area just are not great for, like, going back and leveling. Because, like, the big ones hit hard and poison you, and the small ones die and use Death Scream. Which, if you leave them for last, that runs the potential of you killing the enemy, finishing the battle, but they hit you with Death Scream, initiate Death Blow, and make it so the enemies, or the characters that died, don't even get the XP for the combat. But, oh well. So everyone has full CP with the exception of Josette, so that's pretty good. And she has Heavenly Strike, which is area large. She has Phantom Raid, which is area all. She has Satellite Beam, which is area medium. And she has Bobcat, which is area all. And I've still yet to see Bobcat, so maybe that's what I'll do. Immediately into the fight, I'll pop Bobcat, see how it be, and then pop Phantom Raid. Because it's just a big group of enemies with no mirrors. Fontano's telling the truth. So I'll just need to be a little bit careful. But see, the annoying part about Kevin's is even on New Game Plus, right? Like, you can't just, like, mash through it. Like, you still have to be like, okay, god damn it, this one reflects this, and this one reflects... Like, you can't just use an all S-craft and take them all out in one hit. It's worse, yeah, because, like, they reflect, right? So you're New Game Plusing it, they reflect you, and you die. You'd wish it was mirrors. Oh god, great.
Oh. It looks like it must be the exit. Certainly seems to be. I wonder if Kevin and his group are on the other side already. Looks like they're not gonna let us reach it without a fight.
Oh my god, it's Kevin. Kevin 11?
What? Kevin?
Think about what you just fought. Oh god. Oh god, those things have they're skull chariots. Oh no.
Kevin!
Okay, so craft. Well, first of all, you know what? Let's look at these. So we got Kevin, but it looks like Kevin and attacks like Kevin. Yeah, something doesn't feel right. We got Death Slugger, a tank that mows down sinners in its wake, firing its cannon with reckless abandon. Kevin is up now. 13 time quartz. Okay, interesting. Okay. So, do I have any? Oh, see, this is only one character. I don't have any boosts for. He's not weak to anything. They're weak to time. Okay. So, you know, I saved before this, so you know, let's check out Bobcat.
Told you I could handle this. Over here, Bobcat!
Okay, puts a flare in. Oh god, bright. Where was this parked? And who's piloting it? Oh god, that's not... it's a decent amount of damage, but it's not all that much. Okay. Okay. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this. We're gonna whack you, right, with her. Then you're gonna smoke can. Oh wait, no, I shouldn't smoke can because I'm gonna use her S-craft. Let's put some more damage on you guys. Oh, that's CP here. And then what I'll do is come over here, whack you guys. While also using Phantom Raid, which will do good damage, hopefully. And I'll also cue Tita's. Okay, God, that's... Guy has so much health. Like, each of these chariots has so much health. Oh my God, why are you... I just need a small amount, like, I just need to kill a few of them. I just don't want them to have so many turns. Okay, there we go. Oh God, it's great. Oh, that's why he's annoying. Because he can Grail Sphere. Oh, that's a pain in the patootie. And he Grail Spheres max CP, so it doesn't do I. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, darn it. Okay, so here's what we're. Oh, I can't even do that yet. Let's get him unguarded. We need to whack him, get him to second phase. Luckily, Tita has AoE on her attacks, so she can at least get one of them out for both. What's CP? So this is what I've been very much. If you don't kill every Death Slugger here, Kevin will Grail Sphere 200 and make this fight a death fest. You'll always do that first. Okay. So it was smart for me to try and get at least some of the Death Sluggers out. Okay. So, you whack him. Are you serious? You missed? When you have the super dex? That's... Oh God, and he heals. Oh, and you have Death Blow? What is this bullshit? Reviving Bomb. Okay, let's get you up. See, the annoying part is it changed her target away from... Oh my God. These fucking Death Blows, my guy. Jesus Christmas Kringle. Like, I get it, but come on. I'm just gonna have to have Reese use her craft to res someone. Craft. No, she can't even craft. Craft. Holy Blessing. Get you up. Choose my words carefully. Yeah, you were very correct in your word choice. Oh God, this is fucking garbage. Plunder. Steal. I don't need freaking steal. Art, Tira. Oh, that's not herself. Art. Holy Blessing. Run him. So that guard's down. Okay. Okay. Craft. 2-hit. Oh God, Just had to stop him. Craft. Okay, so let's heal him again. I'm healing him again to get his CP up. That's the only reason. bomb.
Okay.
Get her HP up. Fuck. Okay, let's get that guard off. And then let's attack this chariot. He now has an S-craft, so that's good. Smoke cannon. Do this. Do this. Damn it. I was really hoping they wouldn't resist blind. Okay. Finish cannon. Okay. Art Curia. Okay, let's just focus this. Sacred Breath. Healed that one. It's unfortunate, but if I can just get the one of them down, that's one less enemy that I have to deal with. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Craft. Okay, so now let's focus on Kevin, because he's going to be the issue. Tita needs heals desperately. Luckily, the heals are right. Like the heals themselves are specific. Right? It's not like a general. It's not like, oh, the heal amount is dependent on your ATS or anything. It is, it heals 6,000. That's actually really good for me. Okay. You do that. You do that. Okay. Craft, Vital Cannon. Heal you. Craft. Stampede. You. It's down. Craft. Supreme Dual Strike. Whack. Good, good. Craft is there. This line set. Damn it. Alice, what the heck? There's a question that's just a picture of SH2, and the question is, what do you think about this? What's SH2 again? For some reason, my brain is. It's having a brain fart on me. Okay. Fuck off with that. That's crafting you.
You need to stop. Let's get you to amoeba phase.
Soul Hackers. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, honestly, pretty excited for that game. Just, it's one of those things where, like, there are so many acronyms present at all times on the internet, I just forget what acronym is associated with what. God damn it, you bitch. Okay, you do that. Okay, here we go. We got a crit turn. There we go. Good.
That's that thing.
Jesus.
Move out.
Oh god, this fight probably a lot more satisfying on like a New Game Plus speedrun. Like the other one, the other side would be detrimental depending on if you forget which mirror reflects what and what characters you have. This one, it's like, okay, just bring someone with all, like a few people with all S-craft, pop them. Like, holy crap, that was annoying.
Oh.
Oof. Ceiling stone. Nice. Can we regroup again so I can just get my OG party back? Or my like, best party?
Looks like that's the end of this trial, at least. Really wasn't expecting to be a fiend disguised as Kevin, though. True, I wasn't. Oh. Reese? Are you alright? I'm fine. I was just so relieved to find out that it wasn't really Kevin. And now that the fight is over, it seems clear to me that battle was a trap set by our foes. Those bizarre cannon fiends are further evidence. Let's hurry through that door. I'm quite concerned about the other group. Sure. She must have been so worried about him, huh?
God. Used 2 reviving bombs in that fight. Reese!
Thank goodness.
Oh, yep, you're the real deal, right? Thank Adios. I was worried as hell about you, you know?
I could say the same to you. Still, looks like those really must have been grimoires then.
Sure does.
Grimoires?
Is that the name of those fiends we encountered? You got it. It's the type of fiend mentioned in the Testaments. Although maybe fiend isn't the best word. It's said to be what souls eventually turn into after being thrown into Gehenna.
People's souls turn to those? It's not a very pleasant thought. As I'm sure you know, the church teaches that the souls of sinners end up in the fiery depths of Gehenna. There, they are tormented by the ceaseless flames, slowly losing their own sense of self over time. Till finally, they're said to end up as nothing more than a chaotic lump of spirit known as a grimoire. I'm getting goosebumps just picturing it! And that's what those shape-shifting creatures we encountered were? Yes. The mirrors and cannons that appear with them are all cursed items that have the same origin. How they did it, I don't know, but it seems our enemies have quite literally opened the gates of Gehenna.
See, the amount of times they say Gehenna in this game make me feel a bit better about the amount of times they say Gehenna in CS4. Because they say it quite a bit in that game, too. But in this game, it's more of like a literal thing, where it's like, it's not just replacing hell with Gehenna. It's like, oh no, we're going through like the place of, we're going through some of the lore around Gehenna. And that's why we're saying it.
That's quite a fitting metaphor.
That sounds like...
You again.
Well, look who decided to show the ugly mug. Did that lord of yours send you to come check up on us? Check up on us?
That is one of the roles I've been assigned, albeit not the only one. I'm impressed by how quickly you've progressed, even if it was with a significant amount of the Hermit's guidance.
The Hermit?
Who's that? The ghost we keep running into? I can't think of anyone else. She's been helping us in various ways since we arrived here, and yet we still have no idea who she is. Indeed, I speak of her. She's the spirit that was left behind in Phantasma, as well as the master of the Hollow Garden. Of course, thanks to my lord taking most of her power, she can do little other than struggle as your guide.
As usual, your cryptic nonsense just goes right over my head. But hey, if she's your enemy, that makes her our ally, right?
I'll leave that for you to find out. Your position is hardly your concern at this time. I have a message for you from my lord. Your next destination is the Path of Beasts. Devour the new offering presented to you, and display your seal once more. Then shall the flames of Gehenna burn ever fiercer, and my kingdom draw closer to its true completion. What? What is that supposed to mean? My lord says that you may choose to interpret the message however you see fit. My task was simply to relay it to you.
I like his mask. It's like really big. Have you ever played the Persona series? Yes. You have played it quite a bit yourself, Fontano. I have only dabbled in the more popular ones. Although at some point on stream, I do plan to play through Persona 5 Strikers. Because I bought that game, I think, like, near release. Or, like, at release. Played it a couple times, or played it, like, one session. But then I played it right before I moved. Like, literally the week before I moved, it came out and I played it. And then I moved, and then started streaming more often. That meant I was playing Cold Steel 3 at that point, or no, 4 at that point. That was the first game I started streaming. So then I just fell off of it and never went back. Only game besides Revelations that I haven't played or seen. But yeah, I got like 4 hours into it. But yeah, like I plan to play that on stream. But I wanted to wait until I got a better PC and better internet to stream it. Because, you know, it's a Muso game. So, or it's a Dynasty Warriors game, basically. So it's got a whole bunch of, like, effects and things flying around, and I didn't want, like, the bitrate to go to shit, or the frame rate.
Kevin?
Sorry, I couldn't help but laugh. Tell me, what sad classes did you and that joker boss of yours take to get your certifications on how to be a big bad? Nice touch trying to confuse us by spewing that cryptic bullshit, too. Bet you thought we'd keep ourselves up all night trying to figure that gem out. I mean, the overblown theatrics make it a bit too obvious that it's fake, don't you think? Well, you done with us? If you are, how about you get lost? You've got bad things to do with our time than listen to a nonsensical riddles from a guy who can't even bother to show his face. I see you're quite fond of the gift granted to you by my lord. Does it bring back memories? Gift? Kevin? You think you can get away? Fear not. We'll encounter one another again before long. I am, after all, Phantasma's foremost guardian. And with that, I bid you farewell. So that's the Schwarzweiler you mentioned? He's the picture of his lord right down to taunting us as he leaves. Too bad for him that doesn't take a genius to work out they're both bluffing. Your next destination is the Path of Beasts. Devour the new offering presented to you and display your seal once more. Then shall the flames of Gehenna burn ever fiercer, and my kingdom draw closer to its true completion. His words sound as though they have some specific meaning to me, but they could be taken in a number of ways at face value. We could try to unravel said meaning, but that may hinder our progress more than help in the long run. My thoughts exactly. Anyway, what's definitely not going to hinder us is going back to base and seeing who's in the 2 stealing stones we picked up. If we activate that monument over there, we'll be able to come right back here to continue exploring later too. Thank goodness it's right there, huh? I wonder who's going to be inside these. You ever think the sealing stones are kinda just like Pokeballs? Golden Road, Silver Road. Nice. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the chapter name in the stream title, so let me do that right quick. Let me do that right quick. Ayo, baby. Ayo, baby. Let's do that right quick. Oh, wow. This is embarrassing. I forgot to actually change the title to something clever and just left it as title because that's what I have. So I have like a notepad document that I keep all like the tags and stuff that I use to archive when I export to YouTube to like do all the tags and stuff, including the including like the what I copy paste into the title box for the streams for each of the different games. That way I don't have to remember exactly how each game is spelled every time I play it. So I put title and then the vertical line and then the game name. But I copy pasted title, changed the game category, and never went back to actually change the title of the stream to something even remotely descriptive, and at this point I'm just not going to change it. But that is comical to me, to say the very least. Yeah. Excuse me. So oh man, look at all this Twitter. So much Twitter. Oh yes. Twitter, Twitter, Twitter. Twitter, 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 Twitter. Twitter, Twitter, Twitter. We love Twitter. No, we don't love Twitter. Twitter is just Twitter is like many other internet places where it's just a toxic cesspool that you use because, you know what? Where else am I going to get my news? Okay, so that was Silver Chapter 3, and okay, here we go. On to Chapter 4! Chapter 4!
Kevin Graham of the 543rd class of trainees. In the name of the goddess above, I hereby appoint you as squire of the Septian Church. I humbly accept my appointment. I pledge to offer my soul to the goddess above, and both body and blood to her church on earth. Very good. Congregation for the Sacraments Cardinal. Okay. It's exceedingly rare for one at your age to be appointed to this position. I can only assume your aptitudes and training achievements warranted it. May you strive to be a worthy guardian of the goddess's sacraments as her loyal and devoted servant. Ein Selnate. Oh, Ein! This is the badass bitch that Toval always references, just pulling him around and can't, like, fucking drinks him under the table all the time. Okay, this is her. She's a... Yeah, because in the book it mentioned that she said she was a church lady. And she just totally murks people. Which is awesome. Well, if it isn't Kevin, I see you managed to avoid having your promotion rejected by the top brass. Splendid, splendid. Instructor, I really can't thank you enough for all you've done for me. I never dreamed I would have an actual Dominion supervising my training. How sweet of you to say. Hard to believe you're the same boy who waltzed up before the congregation for the sacrament shouting, "Make me a knight, please!" I think I've talked about Smash Up the card game. One of the factions they have is a Pokemon-based faction. They use double pyramid like Hedrons from Zendikar. If you remember what those look like. I don't remember what that looks like, unfortunately. I appreciate if you'd chuck that memory back into the furthest reaches of your mind, thank you. Oh, but how could I? I missed your groveling. I never would have taken an interest in you in the first place. And not in a million years would I have thought you were related to Rufina. Ah, okay. You could have asked her to take you on as her pupil before resorting to such drastic measures, you silly boy. Well, I had my reasons. Let's leave it at that. Very well. It doesn't matter at this point, anyway. Congratulations. You're now a dog of the church, just like the rest of us. It's good to have you on board. Thank you. I'm not sure what that's the most reassuring metaphor to be using on new recruits, though. Like that. They're just replacements for Pokeballs. The faction is like itty critters or something. You might scare them. You might scare them right off. Please, you're not trying to position yourself as some sweet doe-eyed thing, are you? Besides, I think it's a perfectly apt description for us. We go around sniffing out sacraments wherever they may be, tearing through the throats of the heretical fools who are enamored with them all the while. Can you spot the difference? Come on, instructor. I'm used to you at this point, so I don't really care if you call me a dog. But you care if I call your beloved Rufina one, don't you? Not to worry, Kevin. I can read between the lines well enough. Well, did I guess right? I owe her a lot, but I wouldn't call her my beloved. She's just like a big sister to me, that's all. You're making it sound like like you... What exactly? Rufina! I thought you were in Remiferia on a mission! I was, but I tried to finish as quickly as possible so I could be back for your appointment ceremony. I'm so proud of you, Kevin. It's amazing just how fast you've grown. Now you're a full-fledged adult like me. Wow. Thanks for going out of your way to come here. I'm not sure I deserve to be called an adult yet, though. Got a whole lot of work ahead of me if I want to be half the knight the two of you are. Oh my, how modest of you. By the way, have you let Reese know about all of this yet? Not yet. I'm planning to write to her tonight. She's been real mad at me ever since I decided to come to Arteria, though. Hopefully this will cheer her up a bit. There's not much else I can do to make up for with her short going... There's nothing much else I can do to make up with her short of going home. Perhaps we should do that together at some point if we can find the time. Oh, and while I have the chance, thank you so much for looking after him all this time, Ein. You've given up so much of your free time, and I really do appreciate it. Think nothing of it. It proved quite a fun way to kill time. He has a fair amount of potential in combat arts and thaumaturgy, too. It's a shame all his skills are on the practical side of things, however. His academic side is less than stellar. I had this feeling in the pit of my stomach that may be the case. Oh, right, I gotta get going. I have to pick up my new room key and medal from the General Affairs guys. Sorry, I'll talk to you later. Oh. Was this? You look so concerned. Feeling guilty because he followed you into such a dangerous line of work? Not at all. That was completely up to him and him alone. I would never try to dictate his life choices. It's just that I think he'll make a fine knight, personally. He checks all the boxes. He's got the potential. He's got the determination. All in all, I can see why you're so proud of him. And you can call it a hunch, but I wouldn't be surprised if a stigma manifested in him just like it has in you. Well, I'm impressed. I didn't think you could sense that of others if you didn't possess one yourself. Yet one more reason to feel frustrated that you aren't a Dominion. I know we're friends, but there's no need for all the flattery. My combat and thaumaturgy abilities are average at best. I wouldn't be cut out for the job at all. I'm grateful enough to have been promoted from Squire tonight. That's the upper limit for someone with my lack of potential.
So basically, you need to have certain potential to even be able to inherit a stigma. And you can only become a Dominion if you can get a stigma. Man, the Bracer Guild's better. You train hard enough, you get strong enough, you are determined enough. You know, you could potentially make it to A class or S class. But, you know, church, it's like, yo, if you don't got that innate ability, then nope, you're stuck at knight at top.
If only you saw the things the way I do. Someone with average at best abilities couldn't have handled your Ouroboros case half as well as you did. Fighting off a man of that reported strength to a swift enough conclusion would be a pretty feather in anyone's cap.
Oh. Of that reported strength. So did she... See, the thing is, like, who did she fight? Right? Because there are people of various strengths that could all be that. But if she's referring to Louve and Rufina somehow fought off Louve from whatever he was trying to do, that would be insane based on the power scaling we've basically seen in this series, where it's like, yeah, it's just kind of associated that Louve is right up there with the Lance Maiden, with her in terms of like combat abilities, and probably is on par or good enough to or even defeat Cassius, depending. Like that's pretty crazy.
It was just my luck that we both came to an understanding. As far as Kevin goes, he wouldn't need to rely on luck. His potential for growth extends further than I'll ever be able to go. But he has one weakness holding him back.
What is that weakness?
That poor boy is just far too kind. So kind, in fact, that I can see him driving himself into a corner because of it one day.
Okay. So Rufina doesn't believe herself to be very kind. Chapter 4, The Dark Stigma. Interesting. Here am I. Go! 2 Pokeballs! Go! Go, Pikachu! Use Thunder Smash! Hit him with your bolts of lightning! It's almost time. It looks like... Chapter 4 has some nice airs. Okay, so we got Prince Oliver, and we got Zin. Go. Zin! Prince Oliver. Now, this is a surprise. Don't think this is a dream, at least. Indeed, it is not. I would be overjoyed to share a sweet date with Shara in my dreams. One with a fine drinking companion. Not so much. Yeah, this is real, all right. Still, doesn't Shara count as a drinking companion too? In a way, it's fine to be drunk with joy of her company, but it's very much the opposite to be drunk with alcohol involved. That's one of the most important lessons I learned during my stay in Liberal. Truer words have never been spoken. But alright, enough playing around. The fuck is this? I like how they get popped out, immediately look at each other, and it's like, we gotta crack some jokes. Like, not gonna question what's going on, not even gonna look around and see if we're in danger. Just like, I'm I'm looking at this guy. Hey, I'm looking at this guy. Hey, gotta crack him. Boom. A joke a minute, you gotta do it. You guys mind filling us in on what just kind of situation we've gotten ourselves into? We shall make with the embraces and tearful greetings afterward. Honestly, you two really are something special. You'd think you'd be a little shaken finding yourselves in somewhere as unnatural as this out of nowhere. Okay. This is quite the pickle. I appreciate that may be hard to believe, but that is the situation we find ourselves in at this present time. If we're to try and find a way out, we'll need you to accept that. Oh, Mueller, my sweet rose-kissed muse, ever pure and free of thorns, you misunderstand me. I've long accepted our current predicament as reality. Then why do you look so deep in thought? Need you even ask? Perhaps my life's toughest decision lies ahead of me. Before me I find Joshua, Princess Claudia, Tita, and Josette. Then there's Julia, and even a new face, Reese. Just whom shall I gather into my arms like a warm blanket and exchange sweet nothings in celebration first? Only you. Joshua? You pulled my leg when you said this guy was an Erebonian prince, right? As is to believe he is. Putting my deeply earnest dilemma aside for the time being, it sounds as though you've been making some headway in unraveling the mysteries behind this place. Naturally, I'd be more than honored to help you with that. But first, you've got a few questions you need to ask, right? I know I sure do. I should have known you would be thinking along the same lines. You're exactly right. Fine by me, what do you want to ask? You think you figured something out? That's what I want to find out. First, I want to ask about that ghost you've encountered in here. Ask why? If I remember correctly, the first time you met her was on the balcony in Gransell Castle, yes? Indeed it was. She gave us the key that allowed us to eventually find and rescue you. That was the first time she appeared to us as a ghost, but I don't believe it was the first time she directly communicated with you, was it, Father? Don't think so, anyway. When Reese and I first arrived here, we heard a strange voice talking to us. We didn't have a clue who it belonged to at the time, but I think that was probably her too. As do I. So at first she existed here only as a voice, but she's gradually started showing up with a body too? I know that's a weird way to put it, but if it's true, it backs up what that man in black said last time we saw him. Yeah, he said the Lord of Phantasma had stolen most of her power, right? He kept referring to her as the Hermit, Master of the Hollow Garden too. Plus the inscription on that monument behind us has the Hermit's Garden written on it. I think all of us here can connect the dots just fine. Agreed. It's reasonable to conclude that this very garden is connected to her in some way. Zin, it seems we have the same voice. It's pretty interesting. Yes, I agree, Major Vander. We do seem to have the same voice. Yeah, I guess there are only so many voices that the god above can give us. Which just reminds me of the small aside that happened in Family Guy way back when, where it was like Mr. Pewterschmidt and the Doctor met, and they basically have the same voice. And they even talk about having the same voice and being like, yeah, there can only be so many voices in the world. We never thought that we would meet in the same room. Yes. Or talk to each other with actual lines. Although I think they do talk at some point. Right, if you visit one of the... Because I think you go to the Erebonian embassy with Zin in your party, right? In second chapter? Or first chapter? I can't quite remember. Agreed. It's reasonable to conclude that this very garden is connected to her in some way. That's true. Makes sense to me. It also explains why this place is kind of comfy compared to the other weird fiend-infested places in Phantasma. Because we're getting close to the truth of every new revelation. By the sounds of it, she's been in Phantasma for a while now. Possibly since the beginning. But then she had her power stolen by the Lord of Phantasma and ended up without a body. Since then, she's been trying to help us to the best of her abilities and guide us forward. We assume all of that to be true. Maybe the monuments scattered throughout are connected to her somehow too. They seem to exist for that same purpose, guiding us forward. I think there's one more thing in our possession that connects to her as well. That cube, Kevin. You think so? Unfortunately, your guess is as good as mine on exactly what that cube is.
That being said, I think the odds of it being connected to her somehow are as high as everything else on the list so far. Well, what do you think? Honestly, I'm impressed. You've done a remarkable job of making sense of the situation when you've only just arrived. Still, if we assume all that to be true, then there's something else we should be doing as we keep moving forward. Helping to restore her power, I assume. That way we should be able to ask her what else she knows about the land we're in. Got it in one. I get this impression that if we don't, we won't stand a chance against those two. We'll find ourselves up against the wall at some point. You may well be right. Well, leaving her aside for the time being, I do have one final thing I'd like to ask. Huh? What else is there to cover? It concerns that Lord of Phantasma you kept mentioning, actually. Put simply, you wouldn't happen to have any idea as to who they are, would you, Kevin? Why me? Well, from my perspective, they're awfully fixated on you. They seem to know about Reese's deceased sister as well, and there's the fact that they're even able to summon devils from the church's texts. It all seems to be pointing to you two, and you in particular. I can see why you'd ask, I guess. Unfortunately for you, though, I got nothing. If anything, I'd say they seem to be an enemy of the Grossard as a whole rather than just me. I suppose that's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if an organization like that had more than their fair share of enemies. No offense, of course. I have plenty of enemies myself. Try not to sound like it's something worth boasting about. Anyway, even if we've connected some dots, we'll have to save the mystery behind who our enemies are for another day. Maybe we can get more information out of them the next time we see them. But until then, we don't have enough to work with. Right, next time one of them shows up, we'll have to see what we can force out of them. So that about wrap things up for now? If so, we should probably get ready to head out again. We're on plane number 4. If the previous planes are anything to go by, it's gonna be tough. Kevin. What's up? Did you have something else you wanted to add? No. Just that I'm not feeling very well, so I'm gonna sit the next plane out. What? I'm sorry for the trouble, everyone, but please look out for him on my behalf. He shouldn't cause you too much trouble, but as I'm sure you know, he can be a little careless at times. Reese? Wait a sec! Oh, you're not gonna go after her? Sorry, I'll be back in a minute. Reese! Wait a sec! What's with you all of a sudden? Oh, I know. Are you feeling left out because I'm the only one you know here and everyone else is all buddy-buddy? Sorry, Reese. Probably wasn't fun to have to sit through the whole happy reunion deal over and over when you can't be part of it. Should have noticed earlier, really. I've been pretty insensitive, so I'm really sorry, okay? Did they just merge? Or did she move on? When are you going to stop acting? Huh? It's true that I felt a little left out for a while. You've clearly gone through so much together, and it's made you that much more fond of each other in the days since. Yeah, we had some amazing times. Had to come out the other end of stuff we did without growing closer to it all. Watching you all, how could I not have felt lonely? How could I not have felt jealous? You've been avoiding me for the past 5 years, Kevin. The thought that you'd grown close to so many others while going out of your way to keep me out of arm's reach did make me sad. You know I didn't mean it like that, Reese. At the same time, I was still happy you did. I knew how badly what happened to Rufina had hurt you. How you were still blaming yourself for it. I knew how you were driving yourself into a corner over it, and how you were taking on nothing but dirty jobs as if you were trying to punish yourself. And I couldn't confirm it for myself for sure, but I just knew the rumors that you were desperate to burn yourself out through them were true. So that's the reason. That's why, as lonely as I felt when you were off making new friends without me, I was really, really happy more than anything. Reese, you do know that... Except it turns out you haven't made any new friends at all. You're pulling the same exact thing you pulled with me on them. Every single one of them at arm's length. They can't get close to you. You won't get close to them. On the surface, you're a cheerful person having fun with everyone, but on the inside, you're as cold as can be. All you're doing is manipulating your own emotions so people think you're someone you're not. After watching you ever since we were reunited, it's become plain as day to me. Man, I'm happy you're worried about me, but you totally got the wrong idea with this one. Sorry, I'm good at a lot of things, but pretending to be someone I'm not isn't one of them. When I'm happy, you'll know about it, and when I'm mad, Well, I think you know I'm not so good at hiding that either. I'm the same transparent guy I always was. I didn't say you weren't easy to read. For me, at least. After all, I know how genuinely shaken you were by the Lord of Phantasma's message. Their words, and the words of that Schwarzritter, always come across as cryptic. But not to you. Deep down, you know what they're talking about. You just constantly keep it from the rest of us and try to keep us in the dark. No. Maybe you even managed to pull the wool over your own eyes, too. Come on now. You can't seriously. Devour the new offering presented to you and display your seal once more. You know exactly what that means, don't you? Go on.
You know what? Maybe you should sit things out for a bit. You're clearly really tired.
What?
I get that you're as angry as you are upset with me, but I think it's starting to make you jump into some really out there conclusions. Being tired out's only going to make it worse. Can't you see how negative your line of thinking is? You can't seriously believe all this is actually true. I'm not saying I don't deserve all the anger. I totally do. I genuinely was busy, but at the same time, I wasn't sure how to face you if we did end up meeting either. Still, we're not going to be working together from now on, so...
Enough.
Huh? Oh, slap.
Oh, the patented trailed slap. Huh? Everything you're just saying is meaningless. Maybe the others don't realize that, but how dare you think I, of all people, would fall for it? I've realized I'm turning my back on my duties as a squire by doing this. But I can't bear to be near you any longer. Can't stand to see the Kevin I thought I knew so... empty. So...
Kevin? Oh, hey. I'm sorry you had to see that. Don't worry about it. I want to know something, Joshua. You've looked into me a fair bit since I first stepped on the scene, right?
I have. I know that you're called the Heretic Hunter. I know that you're the one of the 12 dominions that lead the Grossritter. And I know you undertake the execution of sinners the Church deems most unforgivable almost single-handedly.
I figured you know your stuff. One of you guys whose backgrounds you hadn't thoroughly vetted being so close to your girlfriend for long, huh?
I can't deny it. Still, the only people you harm are those sinners. Never anyone else. So I decided that, for the time being at least, you weren't a threat to her or anyone else.
I see.
Weissman was your work too, wasn't it?
Sure was. My job was to get rid of him. That's it. Everything I did with you guys leading up to that point was to get myself into a position to get it done without him catching on. That includes helping all of you out too, naturally.
Yeah, I know. You must have been aware of the possibility that Estelle would be taken on board the Glorious too. You thought allowing it to happen would help you in the long run, so you kept quiet about it.
Wow. Now that one I'm surprised you pieced together. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I figured there was a chance she might get abducted, but I did exactly nothing to stop it. All I cared about was finding out what Weissman and you were up to, and where you were for that matter. Couldn't use better bait for that than her.
I thought so. Yet all of that doesn't change how I'm more grateful than words can express.
Why's that?
Because if you hadn't helped me back then, I would still be Weissman's puppet. I would have broken with my own hands what I value most in the world. It's a debt I'll never be able to fully repay.
Oh, sweet ADS. Now you're just being cute. Now you're smart enough to realize that's not at all why I threw you a bone, right? I just wanted him off his guard enough to create the opening I needed. Helping you was the perfect way to do that. That was all there was to it.
And again, that doesn't change how grateful I am to you. Knowing why you did what you did doesn't erase the gratitude I feel. Not in the slightest.
It really is just as well you ended up quitting Ouroboros. Hey, Neko Dave, how's it going, my man? Hope you're doing well. Yes, baby, dabs in the trap. You'd suck to high heaven if you were an enforcer now.
Honestly, you're totally right. Reese is sitting on the sidelines for now. Let me help you in her place. I might not be as capable of helping you as she is, but she'll be able to back you up.
Okay, thanks you. I am doing pretty well. My day was interesting. Busy, tiring, but interesting. So started out, woke up, didn't do much. Then around 8:30, signed on remotely to work. Because mattress getting delivered today. My new mattress. So after I got up, I had taken off all the sheets and stuff and made it, like, you know, empty. At about 8:45, I got an email saying, hey, 15 minutes away. And I'm like, okay, cool. They come there and they walk in. One of them walks in. He's like, okay, mattress. And he's like, we'll take the mattress. And I was like, okay, cool. But he's like, we don't take the frame that was on, my wooden frame. And I was like, oh, shit. He's like, yeah, we're gonna have to move it for the adjustable base to be put in its place. And I was like, okay. So I quickly grabbed some tools, and then faster than I think at any point this bed frame has ever been disassembled or reassembled, I took it apart pretty damn quickly. Because, like, they had taken the mattress out to go do whatever with it, and then we're bringing the new one in. So they brought the frame in, and then went out for a second trip to go bring in the big mattress. And that one was heavy, so it took them a while. So, like, I had just enough time to, like, deconstruct it enough that I could slide it through the door frames. And then as they were, like, putting the mattress in its place and testing out the adjustable base, I finished deconstructing completely. So now I have a deconstructed frame in my living room that I have to get rid of tomorrow. But I have my queen-size mattress to my left now, and it's a lot higher. Like, the base is a lot higher. So now my jank setup where I have my monitor laptop, where on my old bed, I used to do every stream was I would take a clothes hamper, like a clothes bin that you kind of carry clothes to a washer with, not the one that you kind of... Because I have like a hamper, right, where you put the dirty clothes, and then I have the bin, where you carry the clothes. So I would take that bin and flip it upside down and put the laptop on top of it to have at good level for me to like look over and quickly see to make sure like frames aren't dropping and everything's all right. That's what the monitor laptop is for the stream. Now the base is high enough to the point where I don't need that. Now the other question is like the base is like at I think the highest setting, and it's pretty nice. But I'm not sure if I want to lower it one rung, because it's a little, like, I don't want to say it's too high, but it's a bit up there where, like, when I get down, it's like a small drop, right? It's not just like lean out of bed, or like, it's not like turn in the bed and stand up. It's turn out of the bed and then drop down a little bit. Now, it's not a big drop, and I'm going on to, albeit thin carpet, but I'm still not sure. But the thing is, at this point, I can't do that myself. Guys, lo and behold, queen mattress and adjustable base, heavy. Me moving, like, they had placed it and I had wanted it moved slightly more afterwards, but they had already left. So me moving it by myself was already about the extent I could do it. I couldn't, like, lift it up and change the height of the legs by myself. So if I do decide I'll only have like one opportunity, and that'll be whenever me and my friends decide to get together to go see the new Doctor Strange movie, because Rias, the mod of my channel, and two of our other friends, so that's 3 fully grown guys. That should be enough to hold up the mattress enough to let me do it, but that's the thing. So then, after mattress is all set up and stuff, I'm like all sweaty, so I wipe myself off. I don't even try out the bed because I'm like, I need to go to work. So then I head to work. And then I just take the laziest day, because basically everything all my work was done. And it was just kind of like following up on some stuff. And so I just lazed the day away, and then at lunch I went and tried out a new like hot dog, or I don't want to say a new hot dog shack, it was there for a while, but it was my first time ever going to it. It was like 5 minutes from my work. But I only found the place because I was like, oh man, I saw a video where, like, I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen it, about like Korean corn dogs, where they go like super ham on them, like there's a whole bunch of stuff on them and like really big and stuff. And I was like, I haven't had a corn dog in so long. So I looked up corn dogs on Google Maps and got me a whole bunch of hot dog places, none of which had corn dogs, which was, expected. But this place was so close. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go get a hot dog meal there because it's also cheap. So I went there. It was good. I'll probably go back there at some point in the future. But yeah, then came back home. Turned on the AC because 80 degrees Fahrenheit or higher now in my state. So yay, fun, fun, fun. And then I got to test out my bed, which was pretty cool. But yeah, let's move on with this. You don't need the feeling dead to me, you know. Well, I'll take what I can get. No doubt you're worried sick about Estelle too, so there's your gold star reason for helping out besides me. So thanks. I'm glad you got my back. Right back at you. Kirby, right back at you. Okay, so they are encouraging me to use new characters.
Your aid, please.
So, let's take Olivier and Zin because there might be doors for them.
All right.
Alright! And I want to unlock all their slots, so I need them in my party. Slots, 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 boom, boom, slots, 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 slots. Oh yeah, Olivier's also like a massive caster. See, the big question is, do I want to have? Because like the thing is, right? Like my main party at the end of the game is probably going to be, or like the biggest, strongest party that I can think of. Or the forced party is going to be Kevin Reese, and that gives me 2 extra slots. Joshua has really good S-Craft, so I want to use him because he's also a second physical fighter. And then chances are Estelle's going to be in the group, but if I'm not forced to use her, I feel like I'm less inclined to use her because like her crafts are alright, but she's very much an all-rounder. Whereas I feel like the Trails game's very much encourage specialized characters to be used more often. Right, like, I feel like those are the most powerful characters. Like, okay, this character is physical, and their physical is really good. This character is arts. Their arts are really good. All the middle characters are either just meh, or they're like highly gimmicked, right? Like Tita is meh in both strength and ATS, but her base attack has AoE. So that makes up for it because you can hit multiple enemies for the full attack amount. So yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. See, I wish it told me which doors I've already done. That was Dawning of Pure White Radiance and proof of her scholarship. So I don't think I have that yet. Royal Family, Blade that serves. Yeah, I already did that. 100 Battles, did that one. Fourth Amber Eyes and the Princess of Indomitable Will, did that one. Any man who talks with his fist, only then shall the doors open. Tells you the doors you've done in the notebook. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's useful. Like, tell me which ones are done there, but yeah. Like, one thing that I think is the case in like CS4, right? The trial chests that you can go back and do. Like, they tell you which ones you've completed on the menu when you go to teleport back to them. Okay, so let's look at this one. Bring to me the man who talks with his fists. Only then shall the door open. Yeah, that's good. Because it's not a combat, so I don't need to have Zen equipped. I just unlocked all his slots to, that way, you know, they're unlocked. I don't have to worry about it later. I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. Oh, lordy. It's warm. I see. I sort of expected it would only be a matter of time before you return to the Republic. Your mind is made up then? Afraid so. Made the guys over there take care of everything without me long enough. Call an Arek brace his duty to his peers in society, I guess. Well, I suppose when you put it that way. I do wish you could stay here a while longer, but if that's your decision, I'll respect it. So when are you planning on returning? Well, there's no point in lingering here any longer than I have to, now that I've made up my mind to leave. So, honestly, I was thinking about tomorrow. think I'd ask you to arrange a ticket to Calvert for me.
Well, certainly. You're not planning to go and visit Killica first, though?
I would have thought you'd want to. That was part of the original plan. She wouldn't have any of it. Surprise, surprise. Her stance was, if you're going to waste time on coming to see me, use it to go back to Calvert earlier and get some work done.
Very well, then. That doesn't sound like a position you'll be able to talk her out of.
It's no big deal, though. I mean, it's not like we'll never see each other again.
I suppose that's very true. Not sure there's anything in Zamira that could keep you two apart forever.
Feels like that to me sometimes, too.
Well, regardless, I won't keep you any longer. So that's one ticket to Calvert for tomorrow coming right up.
I wonder how many... Like, because that's the famous Trails meme, right? Like, the text box that just says, haha. I'm so curious as to the number of times in the entire series that text box, that specific text box shows up. I was just going, haha. Like, because it has to be in, like, the hundreds. If not, like, right, like, it has to be in the hundreds. Oof.
Sorry, let me just get this. Yes, this is the Grand Cell branch of the Bracer Guild. Ah, yes. Yes. He's here as we speak, actually. Zin?
Something up?
It's Ambassador Cochrane at the Calvardian Embassy. She'd like to invite you on a hot springs trip.
What? Hot springs?
2 days later. Elmo Village.
This place sure brings back memories. The atmosphere is so relaxing.
It certainly is. Maybe because it feels so similar to our hometown.
Still, Ambassador Cochrane had me going for a while. When I first heard about this whole trip, I thought it was just going to be the two of us out here. Someone did that, made short of all the ha-has and all the games, so yeah? How many? I'm curious. CS3 was the most, I believe. I can believe that.
Oh my, you look almost disappointed that it isn't. I'd be happy to take my leave if I'm getting in the way of your dream date with her.
I'm good, thanks. She's not someone I've ever seen as a potential partner. Besides, it's you she wants to talk to, not me. This meeting might as well not be happening if you're not here.
It never takes much to put you on the defensive, does it? Is it beyond you to just play along a little?
Ah. You just can't help but mess with people, can you? With you in charge of the Zeiss Guild, I'm amazed it still has any bracers left.
Correction, I can't help but mess with you. I don't do this with anyone else. Would you be happy if that were true?
Hell no!
Ah, you've arrived. I've been waiting for you.
Hey, Ambassador.
Thank you for inviting us here today. Is something the matter, Zin? You seem oddly flustered.
Me? I'm just fine. You're imagining things.
Who could blame him, Ambassador? After all, he's a man on a hot springs trip with 2 beautiful women. That's hardly a recipe for a calm and composed mind, is it?
I believe that's supposed to be hardly, not hearty.
Found a typo! Come on!
Come on, what's with this translation? No, God, that's... that is mean and disrespectful. They work really hard. I would say the amount of typos that I've seen in first, second, and third chapter, and knowing the backstory behind, like, the crunch that they were put in to pump out the games, or at least to localize them, it's like, oh god, they did such good fucking work, given the conditions that they were given. Like, holy crap. Knock it off, Killica.
I suppose not. If I were a little younger, I doubt I would be able to keep my hands off him myself. Alright, I suppose that's enough joking around. We should get our dinner. Mrs. Mao is going to be making tonight's food herself, by the sounds of it. The serious discussion can wait until after that.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Likewise.
Literally unplayable. They mixed up hardly with hearty. Yeet. Don't need this anymore. don't need this completely legitimate PC controller. This one is actually completely legitimate. So, how's it going, Fontano? How's Xenoblade X going? Having fun? There's going to be a new intelligence agency set up in Calvert, huh? Are they going to be involved with some shit in CS3 later? You know, Xenoblade likes weather? Yeah.
That's right. It's to be known as the Rocksmith Agency. And as the name suggests, it's going to be an organization that answers directly to the president,
Which sounds actually terrible. Like, I'm not sure how much I agree with, because, like, right, Calvard is visually based on like Chinese and Japanese architecture and stuff, but politically structured around, you know, representative republic democracy, kind of like Western and US idea. And I don't exactly like the idea of an intelligence division that answers only to the president. Like, that seems rife for corruption. Right? Like, we've seen the intelligence division in first chapter, right, answering directly to the crown, which, you know, was manipulated by Ouroboros and was kind of like, you know, already cooed so it'd be a poor crown giving the orders or whatever. But like having an intelligence division, Calvert is not Eastern based, just as a policy of taking in refugees. Okay, it's not Eastern, it's South, but there's a lot of Eastern. Go play the architecture. Okay. My misunderstanding. I've yet to play that game. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Come aside. Well, we were supposed to take us on a tour in a vertebrate transport fast route, and we got the absolute worst weather of a thunderstorm. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I can't remember how in Xenoblade 2, because that's the only Xenoblade game I've played extensively. Can't remember how much the weather changes or all that often it changes. Because I remember it like being rainy and sometimes it being like and sunny, but I can't quite remember. Because the setting of Xenoblade 2 is also like different in that you wouldn't really think of weather. You can see everything from up here. Sun, rain, downpour. I can see 3 inches in front of my face. But yeah, like this idea of having a intelligence division, it basically like having like the Green Beret answer only to the president, right? Like Marines of the Green Beret Corps, right? Like that, to me, that's not great. Like, and you know what? I'm curious to see, right? Because, like, it seems like in every arc, also, this thing is a military vehicle. Okay. Because, like, in every arc, it's like, first arc liberal, intelligence agency is a villain. And they do that. Erebonia arc, the intelligence division answering directly to the Emperor and Osborne, kind of together, mostly. Osborne, also basically villains by the end of the arc. And, you know, not great. I don't know about Crossbell, but I presume there's an intelligence division somewhere, whether or not it's the Erebonia one acting. Probably a villain. Now, of course, I haven't played Kuro, but I'm curious to see if this military organization is going to be a villain to the main characters and what they're trying to achieve. There's like 2 windows and they are cockpit only. Ugh. Disgusting. Really now.
I say. I presume that is so the Parliament can't have any influence over its operations? Correct. Perhaps this new agency's biggest advantage is that it's separate from all those issues and vices. The last thing we need is an organization like this suffering from Parliament's failures to make prompt decisions or general ineptitude. The Intelligence Division is just the police department. Okay. We're being run in the same opaque and shady manner by a privileged few.
I mean, is the president not the most privileged few? The one privileged few? That does sound like a good idea, I'll admit. We're never going to be able to compare to the Empire's intelligence division or Liberals' old one if Parliament's at all involved.
Quite. It's already difficult enough to get anything done in a nation with such a lack of unity.
Guess that's just the fate of countries that take in immigrants by the truckload, though. Though honestly, I think the thing that surprises me the most is that the president's actually being proactive for once. It's always struck me as a real conservative type. This isn't the kind of thing I thought he'd go for.
That said, given the state of the Republic right now, it's hardly surprising that he would choose to act this way. Outside the country, we've got the threat of a rapidly expanding Erebonian Empire, while within we have terrorists and extremists. And to make matters worse, we have the enigmatic society on the loose. Evidently, something has to be done, and I think he knows that as well as anyone. Indeed. In the times ahead of us, we're going to need to be able to respond flexibly to a variety of new and unforeseen threats. Alright, I think my introduction to the matter has gone on long enough. It's about time I get to the point.
Oh yeah, you got something you need to specifically talk to Kilika about, right?
So what position in the agency are you here to offer me?
What?
I love a sharp mind, Kilika.
Not that this entire thing made sense, but it's like, I need to talk to Kilika specifically. Okay, first things first, I want to talk to you about this intelligence agency. Out of the blue? Like, come on, Zin, put 2 and 2 together, dude. Like,
your instincts are, of course, dead on. We think your talents would make you perfectly suited to join the agency and are eager for you to be a part of it. That's why you'll be offered a position of division chief should you decide to join. And that's something President Rocksmith has proposed himself.
wow. What led you to being the one to bring this to Kilika anyway?
Fair question, I suppose. Ordinarily, this would be a scout's work. But I've known the president on a personal level for quite some time now. So he took it upon himself to ask me to come to you personally. He asked me after we were done fucking the other night.
That makes sense.
And what is his reason for wanting me? Surely you know that without asking. Or do you want to hear it said anyway? Naturally, your masterclass Taito skills are one reason for being selected by the president. But above all, he wants you for your exceptional analytical and information handling abilities you've shown in your position in the guild. Those are just what the new agency is going to require if it's to succeed.
Well, I can't say this doesn't at all make sense to me. I'm more dumbfounded that you'd up and attempt to steal a capable member of the guild right in front of an active bracer like this. That takes some nerve.
Well, I do think rather highly of you, and I thought you would be able to mediate without letting such trivial matters cloud your judgment. Still, what do you think, Kilika?
Question, does Kilika show up in Kuro? Because, like, I know Zin shows up as a supporting party member. But I'm curious to know if Kilika does.
I'm not asking for an answer immediately, but I would like to know what's going through your mind. Mind. That's certainly an interesting proposal. At the same time, I'm not sure I have any reason to accept it. But you have no reason to refuse it either. Am I right? Well... It's rare that you find it difficult to make quick judgments. But with such a big decision to make, I can't very well fault you. I won't rush you. Take a night to think long and hard about it. It was so you could do so that I booked a room here tonight. I'll ask you for your answer again tomorrow. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Of course. See, the I'm looking forward to hearing it is always like, I don't want to say a passive-aggressive response, but it's always one of those responses where it's like, I'm confident you'll make the right decision, right? Like, surely you'll make me happy with your decision, because that's the right one. No doubt I do it. Kirka, but Kilka shows up in Crossbow. Ah, okay. Interesting. God, every new detail I find about Crossbow, the more I want to play it. And, like, anytime a freaking screenshot or something shows up on my Twitter timeline about Kuro 2, Crimson Sin, I immediately scroll right past it because I'm just like, I don't want to be spoiled on anything. But I want the game. I want it. But it's like, at this point, it's 2 years out. like minimum, right? Because it's like all of next year is Crossbell, Reverie, and Noyuta, which means 2024 is the earliest. Unless they go with not NIS America for that and have it localized at the same time, which I don't think they're doing. It seems like they have like a pretty tight partnership. Also, NIS America is one of the, I guess, more preferred because they also do French. So, as far as I understand, like they also like distribute in Europe with like French as an added language. Crossbow is a where you have to talk to everybody anytime anyone else sneezes. Or use a guide. Gonna be using a guide. At least for the quest.
Of course. Oh, and one more thing before I depart. If you ask me, remaining in your position as a simple guild receptionist just isn't going to let you use your abilities to their fullest. So much world-building and lore in this game, yet some say it's skippable. I mean, it's one of those unfortunate things where the structure of the game is definitely meant to flesh out the world more and see where the characters go such that you understand future events that occur that might involve them. So I'd say that's almost just like an unfortunate of it being like almost like the what's it called? The Black Duck or whatever, or like the Odd Duck Out basically, or whatever it's called. Then you wouldn't know what Barker Tom thinks about the noodle salad. Yeah. yeah, that noodle salad over there. That guy set up shop. Good noodles. Yum. Although I will say, if I do go to like any kind of like Asian restaurant for noodles, like ever since I started getting them, like I like udon noodles. Dark Horse, that's it. Thank you. I was thinking Dark Dog or like Black Dog, but I was like, that's not right. I know it's Dark something, but Dark Horse, that's it. But like anytime I go to a Chinese place, I think usually when I order out, like if I'm getting like a poo-poo or something, like poo-poo platter, like I usually go for like lo mein. But if I'm getting just like a meal there, I'll usually try and get like udon because I like the thick noodle. Like, good. I like thick noodle. Although if I'm having pasta, like regular pasta, angel hair, love it. Because like angel hair, you don't even need pasta sauce. Like I'll friggin' down a plate of angel hair pasta with butter, and that's it. Maybe you're thinking of black sheep. Maybe, can't remember. Dark Horse, black sheep. Regardless, some non-standard colored animal. Man, these are some unfortunate terms. Well, a pleasant night to you both. See you later. Whatever shall I do? You got rather fast. Have you finished in the bath already?
Fast? Seriously? I was in there for an hour.
Oh.
Man, it's not often I see you looking this deep in thought.
Black Sheep, a disfavored or disreputable member of a group. Dark Horse, a candidate or competitor about whom little is known but who unexpectedly wins or succeeds. Okay.
So I think I meant Dark Horse. But I can't... See, the thing is, I remember saying the word, but not remembering what I meant to mean. So I can't remember, can't remember. My memory's garbage.
I suppose you don't. I feel like I'm one step away from making a decision, but just need one last push to take it.
Oh, right. Still, being here like this with you really takes me back. Hard to believe it's been 6 years now since Master Yuga's passing. Sounds like you went on a hell of a journey between then and joining the guild too.
You could say that. Going on a journey makes it sound like something I did deliberately, though. In reality, it wasn't quite as organized as that. I simply drifted from place to place before ending up being drawn to one point where I settled. Much in the way a leaf that fell from a tree ends up floating down the river.
Were you able to find that answer you mentioned a while back?
No, I still haven't. Still, I do feel as though I found a conclusion of sorts.
What's that supposed to mean?
Say, Zin, why do you think I chose to take a non-combat position like guild receptionist to begin with?
Because you didn't want to follow the same path as idiots like me and Walter? I wouldn't follow us either if I were in your shoes.
Not quite, although I'm not going to deny that the two of you are idiots.
Hey, that was the one part I did want you to deny.
I wanted to find out the meaning of the living fist ideology my father advocated. I still believe that being able to better oneself through combat, while your opponent does the same, is a good thing in itself. As a warrior, it's probably close to the ideal way. Still, I couldn't help but wonder why the ideology had to be based around the premise of fighting. I can certainly understand the significance of living and dying as a warrior. I can also understand how one who lived that way would have no regrets when the time to pass away came. Nothing has changed within me in that regard since the days we trained together. Yet, with Father dead and Walter gone, I couldn't help but wonder. Wonder whether there was some way to make use of the living fist without having to fight. That was when I started roaming the continent in search of one. And as I roamed, I found myself face to face with countless conflicts and acts of violence, and I felt powerless every time I did. That was how I came to encounter Liberals Guild. They had arrived to quell one of those conflicts. Something about their ideology, putting the safety of civilians over all else, made me feel like perhaps working under them may give me my answer. So that was what led me to start working for the Guild. But even then, I wasn't able to run away from fighting completely.
The nature of humanity means that as long as we exist, conflict will never cease. Instead, what's important is not blindly preaching idealism, but preaching ideals while keeping a firm eye on the reality of how to quell conflict. Master Yuga's words have never left me.
Nor have they left me.
That's a very good saying.
But all the same, I've been looking away from reality all this time.
Come on now. You know full well that's not actually true. When he says reality, he's not saying fighting is the be-all and end-all of quelling all conflict.
That's not what I'm trying to say. All these years, I haven't been trying to walk on my own 2 feet. Not at all. I've just been using trying to find a new way to live by Father's living fist ideology as an excuse to stand still. All while indulging myself in the comfortable environment the Guild gave me. In that sense, I must be the biggest failure of Father's students. I might not agree with the path Walter took, but he, like you, has chosen his own path and started walking forward along it. You two have been facing up to the living fist's ideal of Father's and slowly reaching your own conclusions on it. In your own ways, you've been able to face up to reality. Snap back to reality, what? And I haven't. I've been standing still the whole time.
That's the biggest load of crock I've ever heard. You've been walking forward just like we have.
In what way?
In just that the path you've been walking has been one for others rather than yourself. That river you think you've been helplessly drifting through, you've actually been building a bridge so others can easily cross it behind you. When the road is hard, you soften the ground so your fellow guildmates have an easier trek. There's no shame in your way of the living fist. It's as true as mine and Walter's.
Are you trying to comfort me?
Sorry for not having a way with words. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is this. You know, as a person, you're way too strong and way too serious. And at times, it's like those two things just end up restricting you and stop you from seeing things you otherwise could. So, try and relax a little, alright? Just a little. And if you do, I'll bet you'll start seeing things you couldn't before.
Say, Zin,
What is it?
would you be happy if I returned to Calvert?
What brought that on?
Doesn't matter. Just answer the question.
Okay. If I had to pick, I guess I'd rather you be back home. Yeah. Why do you ask?
No, no reason. I've decided I'm going to accept the President's proposal.
What? Just because of what I said?
Don't misunderstand me. All I wanted was some kind of reason to bring this journey to an end, as well as a place to make better use of my skills.
I mean, honestly, President... See, the thing is, right, like, by the end of CS4, right, the President, his term is ending. So that means the new President is going to get access to the Rocksmith Agency, which I presume is going to be renamed to something else, to whatever the next President's name is. So we're not really going to get to see the intelligence agency acting under Rocksmith's orders all that much, because we know potentially that they are in Operation Crossbow to some degree, maybe. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Then we know that they are active at least a bit in CS3, because I presume the Calvardian spies are part of the Rocksmith Agency. And then CS4, they're not, they're still active, right? But they're more in side quest territory when you do those side quests with Kayla. Other than that, unless they show up in Kuro in any amount of time, or Reverie or Kuro. Actually, does Kuro take place before or after the new president takes office?
That was the best night's sleep I've had in some time. Hope the two of you enjoyed your stay as well.
I know I did.
Feeling very refreshed, thank you.
After? Okay. So yeah, so even in Kuro, you don't get to see them acting under Rocksmith's orders. So, yeah. Interesting.
Refreshed enough to feel ready to take on a new position in a new environment, even. Then, I would like to accept your offer. However, I have one condition for doing so. Oh, name it. While I'm willing to join the President's new agency, I am not willing to stop living in line with my own beliefs. As such, if I should end up feeling the slightest doubt about how the agency itself is being run, I will do everything in my power to correct it from the inside using any means at my disposal. If he still wants my membership after hearing as much, please tell him that I accept his offer. Oh, that won't be a problem at all. I think he may well be encouraging you to take the reins. I believe he shows you expecting you to fulfill that role should it be deemed necessary. After all, you have experience in the Guild, an organization which has managed to remain neutral and independent all this time. That's no mean feat. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Also, I need to get things ready for my successor, so I wouldn't be able to return to Calvard for 2 or 3 months. As such, I won't be able to start work till then. That's perfectly understandable. Well, I look forward to meeting you again in the Republic. Likewise.
Are they truly neutral by CS4? Because they're going against Arabonia by acting, in favor of, the Alliance. They help assault the Salt Pails, which is directly going against the Empire's weapons. Although I guess you could argue that they're doing that more as a fight against Ouroboros, who just happens to be working with Arabonia, than anything. But hey, there's arguments to be made here. Yeet.
Something on your mind?
Oh, I was just thinking about what you said back there. You said you'll need 2 or 3 months to get everything ready for your successor, right?
Yes, I did. What of it?
Well, I'm guessing it's pretty busy over in Calvert right now, too. Doesn't sound as though there's anything so urgent that I need to be there now. So I was thinking maybe I could stay here for the next few months while you get things sorted out before I head back.
You can't be serious. There's no reason why you should stay around here and liberal with me. Go back to Calvert.
You don't have to be so cold. It's me,
Well, it's the truth. We'll end up spending enough time together whether we like it or not after I'm home. You don't need to go out of your way to make more now.
Well, you win. There's no need to rush things.
Zen, what are you standing there for?
Oh. Sorry. You could say that before starting to walk off on your own, though.
Nice. 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 Side story, Journey's End, finished. Received Yin Yang. I feel like I remember that being a pretty good quartz. Okay, so let's go back to the base area. So, the question is, Right, because, see, this is the annoying part where equipping everyone makes it so... It makes it annoying because now I have a whole bunch of quartz on other people that I might not necessarily want on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... Oh, wait, no. That was Evade 3, because that's Chloe. I want her to be equipped. So I'll go through and take out a couple of the quartz. But yeah, so that's... So Yin Yang is 5 water, 2 that. Combines the effects of haze and heal. Yeah, so I remember that one being really good. Okay, so that's 3 in black. Okay, so do that. Now the question is, what do I want to try and build him up to? Right? Like, that's the main one. Do I want... What do I want? Why did I take detection off? Right, did she have detection? I think she had detection. I put haze back on because... okay, so... Because basically... Honestly, I'm going to have a very cast-heavy group. Because my plan right now... Where do I go to switch out my party? Oh, start. Duh. Idiot. My plan is to have this team with Chloe, Olivier, and... Chloe, Olivier, Kevin, all being arts people for the most part, with Joshua as like the kind of the odd guy out. Okay, so let's take Long Barrel 2 off because he uses gun. Give him a little bit more range. Prevent death, well, that's fine. Yeah, so, like, I don't want to dequip everything on everyone because it would just be a pain to have to equip them all again later. But... do that. But it's like, I don't know what I want to build Olivier for just yet. I think that's the main issue that I'm having, right? Like, do I build him up to another water caster, like as another sub healer, or do I try to build him into like a different magic skill set and get to that like closest all attack? Right, like, because like getting like Death Scream, Abyss Fall, Calamitous Blast would be pretty cool. Genesis Barrier.
Or Devastation Blast would be pretty cool. Or getting Arc Drain. Arc Drain. All support, 0 EP cost, EP absorb. Okay. Interesting. Even as a list of all the Divine Eye, Scent, Eagle Eye, Information, Septium Vein, and Jesus Christ. That's so many. Nothingness. Inflict a random ailment without fail? Oh my god. If you could have that in any like all attack move, that would be freaking broken. Love it. But yeah, okay. I don't know how I'm gonna build Olivier right now, but at least he's built in such a way that he has heals. Right, he's got tier all, and he's got these. It might be worth it for me to put on defense instead of attack to get Thelis. That way he's kind of got the whole gambit where he can res people, he can cure people, he can heal people, he can AoE heal people. But okay. I think that's just what I have to do. There we go. Now let's go to the third plane, the regroup area. Okay. And this is the way we're going. Ooh, there's a chest. Ooh, chest. And here's the entrance to the next plane. I doubt the pound will change up to now, so yeah. We don't know what kind of place that's going to be until we step inside, though. What utterly bizarre fiends will be waiting for us there. Tingling with excitement. We'll have to be sure we're ready before moving on. God, I love having Olivier back. Like, out of all entrance examiners, though. Okay, so now I can go back to that thing. For 33 of those years, I hated that damn place. He snapped between chewing cuts of lamb. After sawing, he added, who's gonna run it? I sure ain't. You're no carpenter. Okay, so that makes me... Is that a star door, or was that a moon door? Yeah, it was a moon door, so it's gonna have combat. Most people, what group will allow me to beat the game efficiently and with the most fun? I mean, I kind of am having that, where it's like, Bison, how many voices can I cram into one party? That's not the mentality I'm going into it with. I mean, although I do like doing Olivier's voice out of like all the voices. Now, luckily, this group does in fact have the voices that I do. It's pretty distinct for each of the characters, which is nice, because you got, hey, yo, it's Kevin over here, you know, I do this voice. Hey, choichy. And we got, you know, Joshua, where it's like kind of gravelly a little bit, and then Olivier coming in and trying to swoon everything that breathes. And then here's Chloe, kind of just respectfully, you know, toned to be kind of female-esque. That's why we have 3 mages and a rogue. Yeah, basically. Although I will say, right, like, Kevin's crafts are pretty physical and they're good. But I just plan to use them primarily for arts because the arts are just the better way to do it, because it's easiest to build up CP with arts, especially AoE ones. But this is actually where I'm going to end the stream, because this is going to be combat and then take me into a, oh god damn it, bitch. Yeah, scholarship, only then show the door open. No, don't. Okay, cool. Thank you. I just can't consider him range. His range sucks. Yeah, nah. He's not. His range ain't great. You would have to put items on him. Alt F4, no. Because I figured. I felt like I remembered there being, do you want to open the door, not prompt. So I will say I did think about Alt F4. Because I do that every time I play Elden Ring, because there's no exit game option. You can only exit game, which takes you back to the main entrance screen, which you then have to press a button to go log into the Elden Ring servers, which then take you to a screen that you can then exit game. So I just cut that out entirely and just Alt F4 as soon as I hit exit game from the character screen. But, this is where I'm ending the stream, because, you know, tired, 9:30, been alive for almost 25 years. Or I haven't. How old am I? Been a lot. I think I'm 25. Whatever. Can't remember. Whatever. But been live for 3 hours. And, yeah, as I said earlier, I plan to play Scarlet Nexus on Sunday. That way I can do a long stream and get through a lot of the story there and see how it goes. So if you guys have any interest in that, please feel free to drop by then. It'd be great to talk to any or all of you. So, thanks for dropping by. It's been great. Bye.